What's up, everybody? How's it going? Hi, Narita. Hi, Lev. Hi, Tsunami. Here's that hydrate real quick for you. Hi, Skunk. Hi, Haps. Hi, Dagomba. Get noticed and... Yep, guitar inputs there. We're good. We're good. Hi, Dicebox. How you all doing today? Happy Monday. It's Monday. It's another week. It's my first day back after a few days off. Out and about, chilling, having a good time. You may be wondering, where was I this weekend? And well, frankly, I told you all on Thursday. But I was out of town, I was out in the cabin, I was hanging out with some buds, having a good time, having a chill time. Hi, Oakville. My day was good. It was a good day. Pretty chill Monday. How you doing? How was your day, too? How's everybody's day going? Been and go or starting up. I know peeps is all over the place. It's crazy to me to think I got such a big international audience. Well, big as in I have an international audience. It's crazy to think about. But yeah, how's it going? Yeah, chill time. Was at a cabin with some buds. We played some board games. Had some drinks. Got to find a VCR and a tape for Star Trek, The Trouble with Tribbles, that specific episode. So you know what? Felt good to just chill, have a good time, unwind, and watch something on VHS for like the first time in God, I don't even know how long. Also the fact that the tape was still good and hadn't degraded too. Speaking of which, you might be wondering, if you read the title, what the hell do you mean, the VCR Repair Edition? Well, while I was out and about, I found a book at a store. What the heck? Why a book on video cassette recorders? Why not? I just saw it there, was like, you know what? Sure, why not? I doubt anybody's going to be taking this book anytime soon in 2025, especially considering VCRs have been out of manufacture for, I want to say 2 years? I want to say 2023 was the last year they were manufactured at all. I could be mistaken. But hey, you know, I could learn this and maybe if somebody comes to me and is like, hey Zep, you repair VCRs, right? I'll be like, yeah, I actually know a thing or two about it. Boom, I got them covered. That being said, hey, anybody want to get in on this with me? It's only a nice 400-page book. No, really, it's a pretty thick book. It's got diagrams, though. But yeah, getting closer to time warping to the 70s. You know it. Hey, if I get to the 70s first, then I'm gonna go see a bunch of concerts. Yeah, 400 pages. It ain't a little booklet. No, it's a chunky book. I think on the backside originally went for like 15 bucks back in the day. So, you know, taking inflation into account. Let's see what I can find for that. Because this was published in '83, so, you know, it's jumped up a good bit. Let's see here.
A pot of tea with a couple of nibbles, some seasonal greens, and a piping hot bowl of fresh kanji.
Shut up, going. Okay, there we go. Anyway, let's switch characters. So yeah, I got it for $4 Saturday. Considering the book originally went for, I think it's 15 bucks, I'd have to go pick it up and look at it. It's on my coffee table right now. That's all it is. It's a coffee table book. Considering it was 15 bucks back in '83, it's 48 bucks now according to one inflation calculator I found. I think I got a steal on it. I think I got a good deal on it. Don't tell anybody. But yeah, I only saved like 44 bucks. I only paid a 12th of the cost for it. So yeah, hey, who wants to get into VCR repair with me? Who wants to do some dumb VCR stuff? Yeah. But yeah, we got that. Let me get that off the screen. It's Uncle Bray! How's it going? How you doing? Want to join Narina and I for some VCR repair? Sure, why not? Heck yeah, that's the attitude. How you doing, Bray? How's it going? You sadly lost access to your VCR. Heck, now what am I gonna repair? No! Don't worry, I lost access to mine too, but then again, I never had one myself. Myself. Otherwise, this book would have been helpful. Dang! I'd have sold it to you for $5, plus shipping and handling. $1 finder's fee, that's all it is. I'll be generous. $1 finder's fee. Nah, I'm gonna have that on there. Be funny to have. Hi, Senti, how you doing? How's it going? Alrighty. When we last left off in Genshin, man, we did some stuff. Man, we did the Skirk stuff. I actually have enough for 5 pulls, but I'm gonna save that for now. Oh! You know, how's about a Gamba on the standard banner? How y'all feel about a standard banner Gamba? Been only a week, but apparently I got enough there. I didn't even think I'd have that by now. Gamba, 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 Gamba. What's my pity at on this one? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 54. I could pull somebody. I don't know. Let's go for it. It's purple. Oh.
Sorry, sir. Were you looking for me? Hello, hello. I'm Sethos. What can I do for you? Actually, you know what? This seems like more of a sit-down conversation. Come with me. I know a good place.
I don't have to do the event. I just got it right here. Let's go. Gonna do the event or story tonight? I was thinking some story tonight. Well, actually, let me take a look at the events first, but I'm leaning towards story right now. Oh, sorry, I can probably just hit skip from here. Yeah. I got Seth, though, so I don't have to do the stuff for it. I was thinking about that in the back of my head, like, I might have to miss out on stuff for that, but I ain't gotta worry about it. We got less than a week left. Yeah, I don't think I'm doing that one. Then again, nah, that's a while. We got time on that one. We already did that. That's just unlocked. Those are both just unlocked. Yeah, we'll probably just... Oh, no, we did that one already. Yeah, we'll probably just do story stuff tonight. Finally get freaking caught up on this. Jeez. We're getting there. Soon we'll actually be caught up on the story. Fucking hell, Stygian Onslaught is hard. I haven't even started that. But I mean, man, I'm gonna wait on that. Yeah, we'll take a chill. We'll take that on the back seat. For later. For later. For now, though, story stuff. Get back, chill, unwind, get your popcorn ready to get a sandwich or something. Whatever you got. Wait, I almost clicked on the wrong one. Let's go see what Catherine's up to. Which I guess... Wait!
You'd like to learn the proper etiquette.
Did I click on the right thing?
I'd be happy to teach.
No, yeah, it does want me to go back to Sumeru. Okay, I thought I misclicked there for a second. Alright, back to Sumeru we go. I think it's so funny I pulled Sethos when he's the event character going on. See, in between quests with the Abyss stuff. Oh, we doing the, what was the word for it? I forget the word for it. I'm also realizing, oh yeah, since I pulled him. Hey, let me get that free thing. Oh, wow, I'm low on XP books now. Shoot. Get ascended. Have some water.
This is your training regimen, huh? Interesting.
That's it. It's just interesting. Let's go. Alrighty. Give me that free Quaint Fate. Alrighty. Yeah, I never have enough XP books. I mean, at least this time around I've got... Oh, who's somebody? God, still gotta go further. I've got over 1.5 million right now for Mora, but yeah, at least I got some Mora. Hi, Catherine. How you doing?
Perfect. It's you two. I have a commission here that has your names written all over it. In fact, I'd even go so far as to say you're the only ones for the job.
Why do we have to come to
The
Smyrna for
only
this,
ones for the
Catherine?
job? Huh. If our help is really that important, it's probably some Archon class commission, right?
I've never heard of that classification before. But sure, we'd be happy to take this on. What kind do you need us to deal with today?
The Adventurers Guild doesn't employ that kind of classification system. In fact, this commission is also probably not nearly as intimidating as what you're expecting. All it asks us to do is to find a missing person.
Okay.
Huh? Then why did you say we were the only ones for the job?
Fish! Get your
I
fishing
came across
in.
this commission while reviewing our backlog not too long ago.
Oh.
It seems simple, but our records indicate that over a dozen successive efforts to complete it have all ended in failure,
Oh.
despite
damn.
attempts by several accomplished and renowned adventurers.
Oh.
With the reputation of the Adventurers Guild and the performance of the Sumeru branch at stake, it's in our best interest to assign this commission to the adventurer with the highest completion rate over the past few years.
Well, that's us for sure.
Hey, 100% completion rate. That'll get me far. Haha. Flattery will get you everywhere with Paimon. But I can't guarantee we'll be able to complete it either. Don't even know what it is yet.
All I'm asking is for you to give it your best shot.
Can do. Can do, Catherine.
If it proves to be beyond your capabilities as well, I'll talk to the commissioner about canceling the commission.
The unfindable
Okay, so
person.
who are we looking
Oh, no.
for? And what is it about this commission that's made it so hard to complete?
This commission was jointly issued by the residents of Vimara Village. They say one of their own villagers has gone missing. But the problem is, they don't know the missing person's name. They can only provide information about his general appearance.
They're all from the same village, but they don't even know his name?
Not so small of a village, I take it.
If so many adventurers have failed to complete this commission, maybe this missing villager doesn't exist at all. Could it be some sort of a prank or something?
Unlikely. Several villagers came by to issue the commission, and judging by their appearance and tone of voice, they seemed incredibly sincere. It certainly didn't seem like a joke to them. Besides, putting up a commission requires a processing fee. There aren't many upsides to a prank that costs Mora to carry out.
True, that would be a little strange.
In any case, it would probably be best to go to Vimara Village and ask around first. The Adventurers Guild does have some information on hand, but I would say anything you can learn directly from the villagers would be far more reliable. The best way to avoid misdirection is to go to the source.
All right then, let's go! Paimon's starting to get really curious about this whole thing.
Alright, bedtime story. Huh. Cool. Character's currently involved in a quest. Alright. We'll put that on focus mode then. Enable. And that bit about the person not existing got me thinking of, there's this one hockey player. I only read a little bit about... Wow, I gotta go a ways away. Jeez. Yeah, I gotta go... that's not the right one. That ain't the right quest. There we go. Thinking about this one fake hockey player that I read a little bit about, and I don't remember too much about it, but there's this...
We made it to Vimara Village! Why don't we talk to some of the villagers to learn a little bit more about the missing guy?
You got it, Paimon.
If
But there's...
this commission is really
Shut
as
up, Paimon.
challenging as Catherine made it out to be, we're gonna need to carry out a very detailed investigation.
There's this one hockey player from the earlier mid-70s that got drafted as part of the NHL draft. They've got a Japanese name to them. They also don't exist. It's just because they got pissed off at the draft going on for so long, they just made somebody up. I need to look into that
Hello
again.
there. You looking to buy something? I do business in this area.
Hi, Bahram.
Oh, no,
Actually.
we're adventurers. Catherine sent us to look into a commission here in Vimara Village.
Ah, so you're here about that then. Ah, you're not the first, that's for sure. We've certainly made a lot of trouble for you all. To be honest, we aren't holding out much hope. Many adventurers have made their way out here, confident they'd be able to help us, only to leave soon after with nothing to show for their efforts. We've pretty much had it up to here in questions, and the area around the village has practically been overturned in search of clues. But no one has been able to make any headway.
So, this person we're looking for, what's his name? Where did he live? Does he have any relatives?
Did he play hockey?
I don't know. I really have no clue. I couldn't tell you.
Okay, guess you are really sick of answering questions.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to sound short with you. I was actually just giving you my answer to your questions.
So those 3 questions are a no-go then. Is there anything else you can tell us?
I know it may seem like we don't have anything to offer by way of information, but I promise you, we all have a very strong impression of him. When you live in the same village as someone, you develop a lot of memories together, you know? We just don't know the specifics. Maybe we did at one point, but that information is long gone by now. At least that's what everyone in the village seems to think. We've all exchanged what we know, and that was the only logical conclusion.
All right, specifics aside then, what kind of person was he?
Young guy, in his early 20s probably. Incredibly kind sort of person, always willing to lend a helping hand. I'd chat with him when I didn't have any customers. I even saw him stick out his neck for others on more than one occasion.
Oh.
Very interesting guy, that one.
Now that you've started talking about him, you don't seem nearly as down in the dumps as you did before. Seems like he left a pretty good impression on you.
But of course, everyone in the village is pretty fond of him. We wouldn't have issued that commission otherwise. There aren't many young people like him nowadays. So genuine and pure. To think that he just up and disappeared one day. I just hope nothing bad happened.
Could he have just moved away without telling anyone?
No, he's not the type to leave without saying goodbye. And anyway, moving away without being seen by a single person in the village? There's no way he would have been able to manage that.
Huh. All right, thanks for the information. We're gonna go ask around some more.
Heck yeah. We'll find info on this guy one way or another. Who else can we pester? Amadia.
Return to the skies!
Damn it. I wanted to cheat it a little bit. Oh well.
It's that guests I hear.
But you got it.
Hi, Grandpa Amadia. We're here to help you look for the guy that's gone missing.
Ah, so that's what brings you to these parts. Coming all this way for our sake. That's so very kind of you. With your help, I trust that young man's case is in good hands.
Could you tell us a bit about him?
Of course. I'm happy to help any way I can. With my failing eyesight, I'm afraid I can't offer much about his appearance. But I do remember hearing the sound of his voice. Not recently, of course. That loss has left me feeling quite empty. I don't think his parents are still living in the village. But somehow he never seemed lonely. In fact, he was usually the one offering companionship to others. He would often take time to visit the elderly, or play with the orphans in the village.
Oh.
And whenever someone had something on their mind, he was there to listen with open ears. He always knew just what to say. As the village chief, I owe him many thanks. Helping villagers navigate difficult moments in their lives should have been one of my responsibilities. But he was often the one rising to the occasion.
Wow. He seems like such a nice and gentle person. No wonder his disappearance affected you all so much. But, you wouldn't happen to know any details about his name, address, or family situation, right?
I'm ashamed to admit it, but I just can't remember. No matter how you look at it, I should know those things. But for some reason, no matter how hard I try to remember, the information just doesn't come. Perhaps my age really has caught up with me this time.
You and the younger guy we just talked
It's
to
okay.
earlier.
There's no need to force yourself to try and remember. We'll figure something out.
How does no one know? What is this nonsense?
Traveler, what do you think?
I think we're falling into the same thing we fell into back in the Sumeru line. Anyway, there's probably more to this case than meets the eye. A lot of things are not adding up.
Paimon thinks so too. Like, the name thing. It's so weird that no one remembers his name. And nobody has been able to tell us anything about his family or where he lived. It's like this guy's been erased from reality or something.
I'd say it's more like he's someone who only exists in people's memories.
Wait, so you're saying it's not that he's been erased, necessarily, but more like he never existed to begin with?
Like the inverse of
Okay,
Rikadabata.
Paimon's gonna need some time to process that one. Someone who only exists in people's memories?
Could it be like what happened with Greater Lord Rikadabata? I was just thinking the same thing, game! Like some sort of mass alteration of people's memories? I'm glad the game and I are on the same track.
You two are the adventurers who just arrived, right? You're here for the Vamara Village Commission?
You got it.
Yep,
Whoever you
sure
are.
We were just looking into the case.
I'm so glad to hear that. Thank goodness you haven't given up. I've been so worried the Adventurers Guild might cancel our commission. My name is Atosa, by the way.
Hey,
I
Atosa.
grew up here in Vamara Village. Anyway, I just wanted to say, please keep searching for a missing villager. I'm begging you. You have to find him.
I'm sure we'll track him down.
Yeah, no need to worry. We'll give it our best shot. So, were you close to the missing villager? Are there any leads you can give us?
I'm not sure this counts as a lead, but follow me. There's a place I'd like to show you.
Alright, lead on, Atosa. Lead on. Up there.
Take me up!
Come on, Sea Lolly, you can get there. Ah, that talk about Lesser Lord Kusanali in the distance. Why is there only a Lesser Lord then? Why is there no Greater Lord? Why haven't they asked themselves that? Oh boy, a random event.
Is this the place? Under this tree?
Yep. I know it doesn't look like much, but this place is very meaningful to me. It's so full of memories. We used to always sit together under this tree and talk. Sometimes we would look up at the clouds in the sky, or stop to feel the wind against our skin. We could sit there for hours at a time, never realizing how long it had been. I was actually adopted by the people of Vamara Village. The forest rangers found me in the woods as a child.
Oh,
I was surrounded by such good people, and growing up in the village was so lively. Still, there were times when I couldn't help but feel incredibly alone.
Alone?
How should I put it? When something's bothering you, or when you have good news to share, you always want to talk about it with somebody. But for the longest time, I didn't know who I could talk to, or if I should say anything at all. Everyone has their own problems to deal with. Even if I might want to confide in others, I don't want to become a burden.
I think I get what you mean. That's what family's for.
Really? You know exactly how I feel?
I used to have someone like that. A family member that I could talk to no matter what. But now, I have a lot of friends who understand me and would be happy to help out. And hear me out.
Aww.
Daddy, how you doing?
Wow, that sounds really nice. You're quite lucky. When it comes to our missing villager, well, I guess you could say that to me. He felt like both a family member I could rely on and a friend who could really understand me.
No work could be hyper? Alright. Daddy's covering my mortgage and my bills. Cool, I'm going full time. Thank you, Daddy. So kind of you, just pay for my bills.
No matter what came my way, I knew I could always talk to him. He was so thoughtful and pure. And patient, too. Whenever I talked to him, he would always seem so interested, as if the things I was describing were just as important to him as they were to me. Ever since he disappeared, there's been so much I wanted to tell him. No, none of those things matters now. I just really want to see him again.
Duh, what do you mean, duh? This is a great thing! For me. Mostly me.
Wow, you two must have been really close. Did he ever tell you anything about himself?
He mostly just talked about interesting things he saw around the village. He'd share a lot of his own wild ideas as well. Oh, right! I did ask him about his parents once. But all he said was, they're not here anymore.
Nah, Daddy, you ain't a dumbass, you
I didn't know whether
generous.
that meant they had left the village or passed away, and I didn't want to pry.
Still not much to go off of.
Look at me. Talking your ear off and still nothing to show for it. I'm sorry I wasn't more help.
Don't say that. You helped us understand him better.
The last time I talked this much in one go was when we were still together. Oh, come to think of it, every time we talked, it always seemed to be around dusk. Just like right now.
To those dumpies. Hi, Luis. How you doing? Mo and B, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. How you doing? How's it going? What brings you here?
Time always passed by really slowly. Even when it felt like we'd been talking for hours, the sun would still be at the same position in the sky.
Well, time always seems to pass slower when you're relaxed, right? What's wrong, Traveler?
It was always the same time of day, and time never seemed to pass. Based on what we've learned, this is definitely not a regular missing persons case. What Atosa just told us about time could be the key to unraveling this whole mystery.
Hey, look at those hilly trails over there. Doesn't it seem like they're acting a little strange?
Hi, Mo and B. Welcome on in.
The Abyss Order. Could they be the ones behind all of this?
Dang it, Abyss Order.
Uh-oh, we've been spotted! Quick, get ready to fight!
Ah! I'm not in the right window.
Strike a pose!
There we go.
My name's Echo and Song! Teamwork is dreamwork! Show no mercy!
Oh, there's more here. Oh! Well.
Light it up!
Come on, Farina. I know it's about to. There we go. Oh, I mean, this guy's ice anyway.
Up to it, Manzai.
There we go. Alright, you know, that little bit after Daddy told me, you know, no work, be hyper. Anybody else remember when I had that goofy-ass counter at the bottom for like, oh, what was it, 10 million bits or something like that? And I would just quit my day job? If I ever got 10 million cumulative bits. That'd just be 10 million bucks to my name. Yep. $10 million and I'll quit my day job. Figure that'll get me set for a while.
Thank you so much. I wasn't expecting monsters to show up. If you hadn't been here, I'm not sure what I would have done.
It was no trouble.
Question we should be asking now is, what is the Abyss Order doing here?
Now that I think about it, the hilly trolls around Vimara village have been a lot more active lately. They seem agitated and would often attack anything in sight. Chief Amadea doesn't allow the children to play in the area around the village anymore.
Maybe the Abyss Order really is involved. Well, we should head back and check out the situation in Vimara village just in case. If the Abyss Order is plotting something that could spell trouble for the villagers.
Hi, Dio. How's the ball game going? And how you doing?
Wait a second. The person... It's Dainslev!
Oh, shoot. What's Dane doing here? I mean, I kind of expected him anyway. What's up, Dane?
Ah, it's you two.
Hi.
Oh, a friend of yours? Well, I'll leave you all to it then. I should head back to the village and check up on Chief Amadea and the others anyway. Well, see you later.
Bye, Atosa.
See you later, Atosa!
Nod.
Why do you always have to pop up out of nowhere like that? Is it your life's mission to jump scare us or something?
It's hardly personal, or intentional for that matter. As long as you and I are both in pursuit of the Abyss Order, we're bound to cross paths.
Ah, so you're here to investigate the Abyss Order then. That would explain the monsters you were fighting just now.
Naturally. Hold on. Are you not here for the same purpose?
We're also on their tail. But I'll admit we ran into them on accident.
No matter. It may have taken you a while to catch on, but I'm sure you've also realized by now that there's something strange about this place. The Abyss Order is most certainly planning something in this area. Or worse, their plan could already be in motion.
Second game hasn't started, but the reason you're here is that a certain nerd is announcing for the game the ballpark is a wallpaper place. Yo! I'd say tell Teeps to say hi, but I figure he's more in the position he could tell you that. Hell yeah, hope the ball game's good, and hope Teeps is doing well.
So you think the Abyss Order is behind the hilly trail activity in the area?
As things stand, I highly doubt that is their primary motive. I would imagine the increased hilly trail activity is merely a byproduct of whatever it is they're really trying to accomplish.
Still, the hilly trail activity is causing a lot of problems for the people here. We should stick around for a while and protect the village, don't you think?
The best way to protect them is by figuring out what the Abyss Order is truly planning. That is how we prevent further tragedy.
Well, let's see what more we can learn from the villagers. And after that, you also owe us many answers.
And you shall have them. I never
Okay.
intended to hide anything from you. Don't worry. There should be ample time to talk.
Hell yeah. You return to Vimara Village to gather intel based on what you've learned. Question villagers until eventually it grows dark.
Ah. So that was the commission that brought you here to Vimara Village. Someone who seems to only exist in people's memories. That is indeed quite intriguing. I would agree that it's unlikely you have a simple missing persons case on your hands. However, any possible connection to the Abyss Order is still unclear. It appears all we have by way of clues is increased hilly trail activity, and that is certainly not much to go off of.
Well then, how about the intel you promised me?
Right! That mysterious voice he heard in his sister's memory. The one who called himself a sinner. Who is he?
Traveler, let me ask you this. Do you believe your sibling to have betrayed you?
I want to have faith in her.
I sense hesitation in your words.
Damn.
After all, you still haven't figured out the whole truth of what happened.
Nope.
There's still hope for the two of you to reconcile. Irreparable damage has not yet been done.
You ever gonna fight behind Denny's afterwards? Hell yeah, let's go. Damn, I wish I was wearing my shirt about fighting at Denny's at 3 a.m. From the birthday Jackbox. Anyway,
The sinner you wish to know about, his situation is different. He and his fellow sinners have long betrayed me, and long betrayed their nation. His name is Vedrfolnir, the Visionary. I'm loath to admit it, but he is also my kin, my older brother.
Your brother?
what happened between the two of you? What really happened in Conria back then?
There were 5 of them, the 5 sinners of Conria. The wise Roptatir, the visionary Vedrfolnir, Gold Rhindaughter, the foul Sertologi, and Rehir of Solnari, Rerir.
Hey, we just had a deal with Sertology earlier. Sounds good. Take care, Dio. Enjoy the game.
No matter
it's a good
how
one.
eroded my memory may become, I will never forget their names. One day, I shall have my vengeance.
Wait, some of those names sound really familiar. Rhine is the one who created Albedo. Sertology is Skirk's master. And the one we just learned about, Dane's brother, Vetafolnir. If he was the voice of the sinner, then the one who inspired Clotar to create the Abyss Order was him.
Somehow, everything is connected. If that's true, then the stone slates we found in that ruin in Fontaine, the ones that outline Fontaine's prophecy, that was likely Vertfolnir's doing as well. Hooray, we get to butcher German today!
They were once people of great esteem in Canria. Those who carried the hopes of the nation. They were the best of their peers, outstanding in their respective fields. 6 of us. Together. We should have been the ones to prevent the disaster. The ones to stop the Vinster King from continuing to rock the foundation of the world. Yet, deep within, the 5 of them craved something more. They could not resist the call of the Abyss, and divided among themselves a power that could destroy the world. So they became sinners, but also transcendent beings, each in possession of world-shattering power. And when the cataclysm occurred, not one of them stood up in defense of their nation. Not one came forward to prevent the tragedy. And for that, they shall never have my forgiveness.
And then, my sibling came into contact with your brother.
Indeed. If they are not stopped, the day is sure to come when they will also betray the entire world.
It must be hard to talk about all of this, but thank you for telling me, Dane.
Of course. As I said, I never intended to hide anything from you.
So, Dane, what have you been looking into all this time?
I've continued to investigate the questions surrounding the Loom of Fate. It's been quite some time since the initial operation was launched. By retrieving the eye of the first field tiller, we were able to stop part of their plan from coming to fruition.
Oh, Paimon remembers! Weren't they going to use it to corrupt Dosile and make a god or something?
Indeed. However, it's obvious that was just some sort of technical experiment. The eye was integral to their plan, yet somehow, despite failing to obtain it, they've skipped the experimental phase and found some other way to keep moving forward. There are many signs pointing to that effect.
Then, what should we do? It's not too late, is it?
Our most pressing concern is to determine the purpose of the Loom of Fate. From there, we'll be able to deduce the Abyss Order's true objective. Based on the intel I've gathered so far, I suspect the Loom of Fate is related to the ley lines in some way.
The ley lines?
Traveler, you were able to observe your siblings' memories last time, yes? I believe that was due to the fact that the ley lines in that area were unstable. My recent investigation has shown that Abyss Order activity in a particular area is usually followed by a series of issues with the ley lines.
And one of the things that flows through the ley lines are memories.
Wait, then our commission here in Vimara Village, the person who seems to exist only in people's memories, could it be connected?
Memories, ley lines, the Loom of Fate, the missing person that doesn't seem to exist. What's the connection between all this?
It's certainly possible. I'll join your investigation tomorrow. This missing persons case could very well turn out to be the key to unraveling these mysteries.
Well, if we're teaming up with Dane again, we're gonna need all the energy we can get. Let's try investigating somewhere a little further away tomorrow.
One night later.
Oh, so tired.
Paimon used way too much
weren't just yesterday. It's all Dane's fault saying all that complicated stuff.
I didn't sleep well either. My head's a mess.
Well, let's go find Dane. We've got a lot to do today.
Ain't that the truth, Paimon? Got a lot ahead of us. Dane, where are you? Back there, apparently. Hi, Dane.
Dane? Hello, Dane? Why are you just zoning out over here?
You doing okay there, buddy? Sounds like you didn't sleep well either.
Something happen?
What's wrong, Dane?
The missing person from your commission. Could you describe them to me?
Oh,
Well,
young guy? Early 20s? Seriously, Dane, what's going on?
There appear to be certain memories in my mind that weren't there before. Memories of him.
what?
Maybe we just talked too much about him yesterday and you had a weird dream or something?
I don't know,
No.
Paimon.
It wasn't a dream. They're memories. Memories that suddenly appeared in my mind after I woke up. And I'm certain I've never met this person before.
Well, what exactly did you remember?
I remember handing him the eye of the first field tiller.
Huh?
What? Okay, so this missing person definitely has something to do with the Abyss Order then.
Mm-hmm. Or,
Indeed. And it appears he possesses the ability to implant memories into the minds of others.
young guy, early 20s, one of the most beautiful NPCs in the game. I mean... How is that even possible?
Wait then. All the memories the villagers have of him, could they be fake too? Maybe they never knew him at all. But why would he do something like that?
Maybe it's all an illusion.
Whatever the Abyss Order is planning, an important truth has been revealed to us this morning.
What sort of truth?
That their goal is still to obtain the eye of the first field tiller. They haven't stopped searching for it. I am the only person who knows its location. Perhaps implanting that particular memory was an attempt to interfere with my mind in some way.
Is the eye still safe? What if that memory is real?
Your concerns are not entirely unfounded. I don't believe the Abyss Order is capable of altering reality like that just yet. However, considering their single-minded pursuit of the eye, I would say an equal level of caution is in order on our part.
Holy shit, that was a loud thing of thunder. Damn. Alright, well, hey, if power goes out, heads up. I just heard some loud freaking thunder. Anyway, I'm going fishing real quick.
Come with me. We must check whether the eye is still in our possession.
Oh, so you're going to take us to where you hid it?
But what if someone follows us? If we go straight there and someone is on our tail, aren't we just exposing the eye's location? Maybe that's the... Did it double do it? No, it didn't. Okay. Maybe that's the reason the Abyss Order implanted that memory in the first place. To force Dane to confirm the eye's location. Given what I know of him, though, I'm sure Dane has already thought of that possibility. Seems like he might already have a plan. Let's go. Lead the way, Dane.
Of course.
Thunder, heat in the air, great weather all around. I mean, as long as the thunder at least brings rain, that'd be great. Also, damn, it was just freaking loud there. Like, I don't have noise blocking headphones or anything, but they do cover a good bit of noise. And yet, that still freaking blew through like crazy. I love slimes.
Strike a pose!
Quick heal. While I check to see. Is the rain picking up? I can't hear anything yet. Or see anything. Alrighty. Oh.
So you hid it way out here? Not an easy place to discover, that's for sure.
No kidding.
Well, let's go check to see if it's safe.
You got it, Paimon.
Traveler, wait.
Hmm? Hmm? Oh no, Dane.
We've no time to lose. Let's head inside.
What was Dane going to tell me just now? Seemed like his world was just shaking.
Hey, wait up!
Oh boy! We're going into a dungeon! Let's roll! Yeah, we should be good. Damn! Into the depths of the ruin. I probably should wait there, let my stamina recover. Actually, I'm fine. I'm gonna take it slow, though. You always use Traveler Animo. When I was playing Traveler, I liked Animo. I do want to give Hydro another go. Seemed like he could drive with some stuff. But then there's these mushies I gotta beat up!
Going in.
Hell yeah, Benny, do the thing.
You two. Time to end.
Alley-oop.
Ah, there's more!
Mythical beast.
Oh! Oh, you down like ice cream, what?
It appears the mechanisms here have changed over time. You can access the upper floor through the side door. Perhaps you should try reactivating the mechanism over there.
Good idea, Dane. Oh, I can't check it right now. Damn. Oh, well. Also... Yep. It be raining good. Me swamp may come back. Rain! Finally! Long-awaited rain. Ooh. Yes, please, game. Take a speed transport. Open up. Oh, pfft. Walked right by that. If it was a snake. Hey, buddy. Wanna wake up so we can fight you? There we go. Yeah, buddy. Come on, it'll be there soon. Yeah, I knew it'd be here.
How dare you?
Game, you wanna press and Q?
Everybody stand back. Suffer the wrath of evil.
Freeze pop. Boom. Easy. Activate. Oh.
Make sure all the runes are pointing in the direction indicated by the light. That should unlock the mechanism.
Already? Oh, we got a few to rotate. Cool! Well. Let's snag that one. And this will be an easy one. Boom! Alright, alright.
Ah, the door's open. Let's go.
It's not a
Our
chest.
destination is just up ahead.
Okay, want to make sure there wasn't a chest hiding a little back there out of my way. Run, Farina, run. That's concerning. That's just a big old fall off right there. Aha! Oh boy, another Door of Resurrection activated. What can I fall off this time? Oh no, we got a fight coming.
Looks like we can't go any further.
Oh. Although...
Be on your guard. I sense the presence of the Abyss.
It's the Abyss Order! They're here!
Hi, Abyss Order. Where's Lumine? Oh, ad break soon.
Fulfill our pact!
Haha, you're frozen, bucko.
You two! Time to end!
Many happy returns.
No Dominion for you, only freezing! Oh, here we go.
Strike a pose!
And bring those out again. Yeah.
Go in!
Go, Benny, go!
Congratulations.
Alright, get a bit of healing going. Benny can sure use that. I probably need to look at Benny's artifacts, I think.
Up to it, Monzai.
Yeah. Ah, there we go.
Just as I suspected. The false memories were a trap. The Abyss Order just wanted to follow us here.
How dare they?
Now that they're in the vicinity, we should have a chance to see.
Oh no, Dane!
Dane? What's wrong?
What memories you got this time?
Can you feel that? There's been a disturbance in the ley lines. It must be the work of the Abyss.
Wow, you must be really sensitive to that sort of thing. Paimon doesn't feel it.
You too. Do as I say. Use that mechanism over there and leave this place.
Leave you here on your own? Will you be alright?
The Abyss Order is putting something in motion. If you return to Vimara Village, I suspect you might finally have the opportunity to locate the missing villager. Just think of it as a way to divide and conquer.
Alright. A disturbance in the force I feel. As if a million voices just suddenly were silenced. I forget how exactly that line runs. It's been a hot minute. Kiryu! How's it going? That'd be good too. Got some thunder outside. Dane does have a point. But something still feels off. What am I missing? Dane, what you up to? Who dis? Oh, hey, Lumine. Or Lumine. Why'd I say Lumine?
I knew going along with your trap would be the only way to meet with you face to face.
You risked your safety and that of the Eye? That's quite the gamble, Dainsleif. But I believe that I am the one walking into a trap laid by the Twilight Sword.
So you came here all on your own? What about those followers of yours?
Roses are red. Look at this dish. Say the magic words and boom! A tasty fish. I crave fish.
When the Twilight Sword is prepared for battle, any army I could send would only be marching to their doom. Better that I face you alone. I know you must have a lot to say, but if it's a conversation you want, you'll have to defeat me first.
Oh boy, a fight we don't get to see. Yeah,
The bus order's on the move. The ley lines are all out of whack.
My lights
We
just
better
flickered.
hurry back to Vimar. Hey, look at those hilly trails over there.
They seem strangely calm?
Weren't they acting super agitated just a little while ago? Why are they so calm all of a sudden?
Got a graphics artist in there. Hey mods, want to do me a flavor? Please and thank you. Wait, I hear something.
In the new world, they bade farewell to the shrouded sun. At last, they no longer needed to dwell on their suffering, or try to differentiate between various thoughts of blasphemy.
Oh, stupid freaking graphics artists. Thinking they could scam. Thank you, Narina!
Such was the price they paid, and thus their souls became cleansed and pure.
Did you hear that? What was that sound just now?
You heard it too, Paimon? It was someone's voice.
It sounded so gentle. Could that voice be comforting the hilly trails in some way? Oh, this is weird. Let's check if this is happening anywhere else.
Hey, Hilly Churl. How you doing, buddy?
Looks like the same thing is happening over here, too. The hilly trails are calm.
You see, we're both still here. We've reclaimed an endless amount of time to love.
Oh, ad break. Yeah, well, while we're on the ad break, I'm gonna sip some water real quick. And for those of you not stuck in ad jail, hi, how's it going? Hope y'all having a good time, having a good Monday. I'm gonna take a quick peek outside just to see. Yep, rain stopped at least, so maybe no power outage. We'll see, we'll hope. I had my lights flicker, so I'm a little concerned, but hey, we'll give it a go. We'll see what's happening. But yeah, how's it going, chat? Y'all having a good day? I'd be having a good day. I'd be ready to learn some VCR repair. You know, when I get around to reading that book. Yeah, so the store I went to for that was just a little, like, kind of sort of random. Hey, here's some old things. Knick-knack sort of shop. Plenty of lamps, plenty of a good few books, some DVDs lying around. The books were a good variety. I'm going to be honest, I saw a lot of books there that I was like, wow, I swear I've seen these on Dad's bookshelf before. I was like, dang. Yeah, I just saw a lot of, like, fantasy books there. Just all sorts of things I'd seen from a while ago. Plenty of other, like, there were a ton of repair manuals, too. And, like, just general home care books. How to do electrical work. How to do some housework. How to build things. Some carpentry books. Actually, maybe I should have picked up a carpentry book. That probably would have been a cool thing. What if I got good at carpentry? Maybe I should try carpentry out. I don't know how I'd set up carpentry for a stream, though. That's going to be a tricky thing. But, yeah, we'll figure that out one of these days. Yeah. Gotta be honest, carpentry and better electrical engineering, just for the sake of making guitar pedals, those are two skills I'd like to pick up. But then again, I just got so much I want to do. Way too much I'm trying to do. I don't want to do. Damn you, 9-to-5 job! Then again, it does fun stuff, so, you know, I can't be too upset. You know, funny thing, though. If I did pick up a carpentry and woodworking, maybe I could make that as merch and sell it. Sell some, like, nice little tchotchkes and things. Although those would have to be definitely special order. That's for damn sure. Ain't gonna be an easy thing to make. Yeah. Although, speaking of merch, did have an idea. Had something in mind for TwitchCon that I might order come next paycheck. What I'm thinking is, might get me some custom guitar picks and some business cards to hand out around TwitchCon. Yeah. Welcome back from ad break, everybody! Hope y'all had some good ads. If you did, for you ad warriors stuck in ad jail, we salute you, ad warriors. You do a lot of good stuff for us. Alrighty, let's get this going again. As I finish talking about carpentry and electrical work.
Release your tears. You no longer need to hold back your sorrow.
It's that voice again.
Over there. It looks like they're sleeping.
You'd be hilly churl.
In the end, he whispered, softly, "Sleep well, Father. Sleep well, my beloved people. When you awake, that which differentiates us shall be no more."
It almost sounds like a poem or some kind of story. Well, now that the hilly trolls have calmed down, Vimara Village should be safe at least.
I would hope so.
Let's put this situation to the side for now. Dane said this might be our chance to find the missing villager, so we should head back to Vimara Village before it's too late.
You got it, Paimon. I can't bring up the map? What the hell, game? Just want to bring up the map.
Shower me with praise.
All across the water? Haha. Get healed, Benny. You kinda need it, buddy. Ain't gonna let me fast travel. This is bull. Anyway. Hey, Almadea. How you doing?
Grandpa Amadea, is everyone all right? The Abyss Order seems to be up to something nearby.
The Abyss Order? This is the first I'm hearing of it. Thank you for your concern, but as far as I'm aware, it's been business as usual here in the village.
Well, that's good to hear. Oh, also, you didn't happen to come across any clues about the missing villager while we were gone, did you?
Someone's gone missing, you say? Who would that be?
Oh no.
Huh?
Oh no, more memory altering. Things just got even more complicated.
You know, the young guy from Vimara Village. The one you've been looking for all this time. You posted a commission with the Sumeru Adventurers Guild. That's kind of the whole reason we're here, actually. Your missing persons commission.
Oh no, Luis, am I gonna take emotional damage again? 3 Genshin streams in a row.
Ah, I do apologize, you two. I hope I'm not worrying you too much. I'm sure it's just my age making me forgetful again.
Oh no.
At least right now, I can't seem to recall whatever it is you're referring to. Perhaps you should try asking someone else.
But how is that? All right. Thanks for your help, Grandpa Amadea. Something's definitely not right. We just talked to Grandpa Amadea about the missing villager. There's no way he could have forgotten all about him just like that. What do you think, Traveler? Could everyone's memories of the missing villager have been erased again?
It's too early to say. We should check in with the others first.
You're right. We should narrow down the possibilities first. Let's go ask someone else then.
Onward to whoever's next. Surely somebody. Barim. Hi, Barim. How you doing?
Someone's gone missing? Who?
That's who you should
Just
know.
as expected.
Yeah.
That guy you said a bunch of nice things about earlier? The one you always used to chat with. He's around 20 years old, and you said he was a kind, warm-hearted person?
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Really?
Hey.
You remember?
There aren't many young people who've earned that kind of praise from me. If you're certain that's what I said, then there's only one person who fits the bill. No doubt about it. But why'd you say he's gone missing?
Have you seen him recently? Do you know where he went? Is he actually the handsomest NPC you've seen? Oh wait, that was Luis, my bad.
Yeah, I just saw him leave the village. There was someone else with him, too. They couldn't have gone far.
Strange. Bayram seems to remember him. And apparently he just saw him?
Weird.
Do you think maybe it's not that there's something wrong with people's memories, but that we've somehow returned to a time before he went missing?
Hi, Luis. I doubt returning to the past would be that simple. Given everything Dane mentioned about disturbances with the ley lines, I'd say it's far more likely this is related to memories in some way. I need to think carefully. What's really going on? People forgot about the missing person.
Just like what happened with Greater Lord Rukkhadevata, no one remembers him. Because there's been a change in people's memories. If we really did travel back to a time before he disappeared, that could explain why the villagers said he hadn't gone missing.
Or if we're personally traveling.
If this person only exists in people's memories, maybe we're in someone's memory right now.
What if it's that?
Right. Paimon totally forgot about the ley line disturbances. We're in someone else's memory. Just like how you entered your sibling's memory last time.
Why does their memory not have waypoints or a map? Why did my hand do that?
That would also explain why we seem to be at a time before he went missing. It's a memory after all.
If we really are in someone's memory, this is our chance to find him.
Right. If he's someone who only exists in people's memories, then we're finally on the same turf. But
We've leveled the playing
didn't Bayron
field.
just say that he saw him leave the village with someone? Where should we go look for him? Who knows how long this ley line disturbance is gonna last? We might not have that much time, and we don't even know whose memory this is.
Let's go through what we know so far.
Good idea. That'll help us narrow things down. We pretty much figured out that the missing villager has the ability to...
Implant memories into the minds of others.
Right! That! Could we try to figure out more about him using what we know of his ability? Like, does it maybe leave a trace that would somehow give him away?
Implanting memories into the minds of others must be an imperfect process. There's no way the new memories could perfectly blend in with the old ones. There has to be some kind of tell.
All the memories seem to be set in or near Vimara village, but I'm still not sure if they're restricted to this location. If time was allowed to pass within the false memories, there's a higher chance they might conflict with someone's original recollection. That would make it much harder to avoid suspicion. There's a difference between memories that arise from lived experiences and those that are implanted into the mind. Perhaps it has something to do with time.
Let's try this
No
one.
wonder!
Haha.
All this time and the sky hasn't changed a bit. That must mean time isn't passing. That's the tell of the fake memories. The implanted memories are basically taking place outside of the regular 24 hours of the day.
Man, they got extra time in the day?
If the memories included the regular passage of time, it would be easy for people to tell that something was off. Like there could be overlap or something. People might start to wonder why they remember doing two different things at the same time of day. That's why he makes sure the memories take place at a specific moment in time rather than over a period of time.
If we consider this in conjunction with what we already know, then the question of whose memory this is seems to have an obvious answer.
Dainsleif had memories implanted into his mind. Could it be that it's happened more than once? The color of the sky coincides with the moment in time she described. We thought Chief Amadia forgot about the missing villager, but it turns out we're at a moment in time before the village issued the commission.
I mean, maybe?
Oh, right! That's exactly what Atosa described!
Come to think of it, every time we talked, it always seemed to be around dusk, just like right now. Time always passed by really slowly. Even when it felt like we'd been talking for hours, the sun would still be at the same position in the sky.
Yep, that This is definitely Atosa's memory.
Let's go to the tree.
Yeah, that's where they'll be.
To the tree. The long way. The pillow way. Moose! How you doing, Moose? How's it going? Oh, there's somebody there. Good? Heck yeah. I'm good too.
You see, Granny Jahiet was a mercenary when she was younger. She just talks like that out of habit. She's not trying to scare the children on purpose.
I'd be good too. Chilling, we Genshining, we storying. I got thunder outside. That last one's just, out of my control.
Oh, there I go again. Always talking about my own things. Do you maybe have anything you want to share?
I want the rain to...
It's okay if you don't. You could also just talk about what you think of me?
Oh, I think you're an incredibly strong and thoughtful young woman. You'll meet many amazing people and live a very happy life. You won't miss someone like me.
Oh.
Huh? Are those your friends over there?
Hi. We finally found him. But why does he look kind of familiar? Oh no, it's happening to me too!
Oh, right. This version of Atosa hasn't met us yet.
Friends? I guess you could say that. It must have taken them a lot of effort to find me. So, I should see what they need. I'm sorry, Atosa. We'll have to continue this conversation another time.
Another time, huh? Yeah, okay. I'll head back to the village then. Talk to you some other time.
And she was so smitten with him.
It's nice to see you, Traveler. I believe this is the first time we've met.
I think you're right. You're... Factoring in the memories, the Abyss Order, the Loom of Fate, and everything else, I need to think of the one person that can connect all of this together.
The founder of the Abyss Order. The man who broke the curse of immortality. Born into abject sorrow, he shall now become the Loom of Fate. Dane's brother, one of the 5 sinners of Conria. The one who stole the power of the Abyss.
Caribert?
You're... Caribert Alberic.
Oh. You know me? That's quite the surprise. I don't believe I've met you before. Oh, I see. It was the memory, wasn't it? Your sibling's memory. You saw... the me from back then. This is Atosa's memory. I came here to say goodbye to her. But I suppose I'll just leave her a message instead. Come, let's find somewhere else to talk.
Oh no, where are we going? I forgot about Caribert. Anybody good at reading that language? Cause, yeah. Habadataba. Hababatapa. Oh. Where'd you bring us, Carrie? Burry. This zip is pretty cool. Hey, let's go. Go for days. 15. The proof of existence. Hey, Caribert. Oh no. Oh no, a tool. What is this place?
I suppose you could call it the realm of my consciousness. I'm someone who no longer exists in the real world after all, as you well know.
You look quite exhausted.
It's nothing. I still have enough strength to play the part of a good host. I've always hoped that I'd get the chance to talk to you like this, and now, the time has finally arrived.
This is a rare opportunity for me as well. I should try to learn as much information from Guard Bear as I can. What exactly happened to you?
Extreme sorrow and pain. Hope and regret coursing through your veins. And a degree of abyssal power that defies comprehension. Father told me that once I possessed all those elements, I would become the loom of fate. But despite his intentions for me, I never truly became the loom of fate. I was merely used as a means for its construction. In truth, I died the moment I set everything in motion. The person you see before you now is nothing but a remnant of consciousness left over within the loom of fate.
Guard Bear is dead. That's why he no longer exists outside of people's memories.
As for your question, the loom of fate is a device capable of weaving ley lines.
Weaving ley lines?
In its primitive form, it can only be used to create and implant memories. But as more of it is completed, its power becomes stronger and stronger, until finally, it has the power to weave real ley lines of its own. Once fully completed, the moment it gains the power to weave ley lines, it loses the lower-level ability to influence memories. But it also becomes a tool that can change the entire world.
So that was the source of your ability to implant memories.
Yes. I have the ability to control the loom in its semi-completed form. I suppose you can think of it as a form of compensation. After all, its existence cost me my life.
So the memories that suddenly appeared in Dane's mind were implanted by Kari Bear through the half-finished Loom of Fate. That makes sense, but I'm still lost as to why he went so far as to introduce himself to all the residents of Vimara Village. But why did you implant memories of yourself into the people of Vimara Village?
That. I was wrong to implant those memories. I'm sorry I caused so much trouble. Not only for everyone in the village, but for you as well. I just wanted them to feel like I once existed in this world. As if I had a chance at life.
So that's why. I would have never guessed. But is there any kind of meaning to this? Does only existing in people's memories really count as living?
I know what you must be thinking. Why would I do something so meaningless? But I just couldn't accept it. I had to know what it would be like if I had my own life. What kind of person I would be. What other people would think of me. Chief Ahmadiyya, Baram, Granny Jahiyat, Atosa. What would it be like if I could live alongside them? No cataclysm, no curse. Just a quiet life in a peaceful village. I was curious, so I selfishly tried to have my own life. Even if that meant piecing together the version of myself that could have been. One memory at a time. I know it sounds stupid. After all, my life ended a long time ago. Any chance at living was stripped away from me when I was 8 years old. My consciousness left to mature in an illusory world of nothingness. Even the form you see before you was Nothing but an invention based on my father's appearance. An imagined version of what I would look like if I had the chance to grow up.
In the end, this all stems from the tragedy that occurred in Conria back then. You know, everyone is looking for you.
I know. But there's nothing I can do to make them find me. If I could exist in the real world, I would return without a second thought and surprise them with the suddenness of it all. But, well, that's not possible for me.
As I understand it, even though you only appeared in their memories, your existence was a great comfort to them. They all believe you once lived among them.
I know.
Well, now that I've found you, let's continue this conversation some other time. Dane might still need my help.
Captain Dainsleif. Twilight Sword, you mean? No need to meet up with him. Things should already be settled on his end.
Settled?
Exactly. As someone who could only exist in people's memories, the fact that I'm able to talk to you in my consciousness like this can only mean one thing. The Loom of Fate has already been completed.
What? The Loom of Fate is already complete? That means the Eye of the First Field Tiller must have fallen into the hands of the Abyss. Could something have happened to Dane?
No need to worry about Captain Dainsleif. He's absolutely fine. The only reason he lost the eye was because I happened to guess exactly what he was planning. Captain Dainsleif has had the eye inside his body this whole time, hasn't he? His plan was to lure the Abyss Order to a false location, capitalizing on their pursuit of the eye in order to have the chance to confront the princess. He would then hand the eye to you and tell you to take it away from that location. That way, Captain Dainsleif could accomplish his own goal and ensure the safety of the eye all at once. A very thorough plan.
But Dane never handed me the eye.
That's right, because in his mind, he had given it to you already.
Wait, does that mean he gave Dane a false memory? You made him think that? When?
Before you two entered that false location.
Traveler, wait. We've no time to lose. Let's head inside.
So when Dane froze up back then, it was because a false memory was being implanted in his mind. No wonder.
That was when I implanted the memory of him handing you the eye. Given the tense situation at that time, Captain Dainsleif failed to notice anything out of the ordinary, and took that memory to be real. I'm sorry, Traveler, but I needed the Loom of Fate to be completed. And to do that, we had to retrieve the eye.
So, Dane had the eye this whole time, until the Abyss Order took it away. I'm not sure there's anything we could have done. Now that the Loom of Fate is complete, what are you planning on doing with it?
I promise I'm not trying to conceal anything from you, but I truly have no idea what the princess is planning. Tevat's ley line system is deeply entrenched in the planet. Creating new ley lines can neither replace nor extend the ones that already exist. In the face of everything they could be planning, I fear I'm too insignificant to even get a glimpse of the bigger picture. In any case, I had my own use for the Loom of Fate, and my goal, at least, has been achieved.
Your goal?
You remember my father, don't you? Clotar Alberic. I believe you saw him in your sibling's memory. After he used the power of the Abyss to restore consciousness to my hilichurl form, I suffered from an indescribable level of mental anguish. To comfort me, my father told me a story, that this was a fairy tale world where I had to take on the form of a little monster. That story managed to dispel my fears, even if just for a moment. My goal was simple: to use the Loom of Fate in its near-completed form. when its ability to create memories was at its strongest, to implant a specific memory into the minds of the Hilichurls. In that memory, I would tell them a story, just like my father did for me. It was a story of fairy tales and love. But more than anything, it was the story of us.
So the thing that caused the Hilichurls to calm down back then was Kari Bear's story. So that was his goal. That was the only thing he wanted. He had a device as powerful as the Loom of Fate at his disposal, and all he wanted to do with it was to offer the Hilichurls a moment of comfort and peace.
I can't change the world. Not when I lost the very right to exist within it. Implanting those memories, that was the most worthwhile thing I could offer.
I think it was very meaningful indeed.
All that's left of my existence is a wisp of residual consciousness tied to the Loom of Fate. In truth, that trace of my consciousness should have dissipated long ago. My goal was the one thing that allowed me to hold on all this time. But now, the bedtime story is finished. And it's finally time to rest.
Looks like I was too late to see Kari Bear one last time. Kari Bear's consciousness is gone, and this space will soon disappear along with it. Neither of us belongs here. That's why we're not tangible. Were that not the case, I'd love to hug you too. Well, how about a conversation? The chance to just stop and talk like this is certainly not easy to come by. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, I almost can't believe it's real.
That battle earlier was tough. The one against Dane, I mean. I didn't expect that after everything, he would still hesitate to raise his sword against me. Were it not for that, perhaps I'd still be no match for the Twilight Sword. Even after 500 years.
What exactly are you planning? What are you going to do with the Loom of Fate?
The Loom of Fate, huh? I still haven't found a way to utilize it to its full potential. But there's still time before the Heavenly Principles awaken.
The Heavenly Principles are still asleep?
Yes, for 500 years now, ever since the Cataclysm in Conria. There's been no sign of activity. Not long ago, you witnessed the Hydro Archon destroy her divine throne. Yes? Such a flagrant disregard for the rules, and still Celestia took no action. I suppose that's proof enough of the Heavenly Principles situation. However, the Heavenly Principles will awaken. We just don't know when that will be, or what might trigger it.
Hydrate, you got it, Bray. You really hate the heavenly principles, don't you?
You could say that. Just look at Kari Bear. He was so pure and single-minded. The space we now find ourselves is a perfect representation of who he was. Quiet and peaceful. Even as a hilly churl, seeing the terrible sight within the mirror wasn't enough to taint his spirit. He brought comfort to the people of this world, even though he was denied the very right to be a part of it. So ask yourself this. Who was it that deprived him of that right to exist? Of course, that's only one example. My feelings about the heavenly principles are too complicated to explain in just a few words. Ether?
You're the only one in this world who calls me that. There's so much I wanted to ask you, but for some reason, I'm not interested in asking those questions right now. There's just one thing I have to ask. One thing I could never understand. Why? Why can't we continue our journey together?
At the end of my journey, I arrived at a place known as the Sea of Flowers at the end. Do you remember? A long time ago, when we traveled between worlds together, you told me you wanted to find a place in the universe where that one flower was in full bloom. To have a place like that suddenly appear before me. Well, would you think of that as a coincidence?
You mean...
I miss you too, Ether. But as this war continues to rage, and as I continue to seek that final answer, I don't even know how to face myself sometimes, let alone my own brother.
Huh? What's going on?
This space has lost its tether. I doubt it'll be able to exist much longer. In fact, aside from our inability to physically interact with each other, there's something else you should know about this space. With Kari Bear gone, we won't be able to remember anything that happened here. Everything in space will be wiped from existence, including all memory of our reunion.
You're only telling me this now?
Still so sleepy. Paimon's head feels all fuzzy. Oh, Paimon woke up a little earlier than you, so Paimon will fill you in. The villagers said that they saw us sleeping near the village yesterday. They couldn't wake us up no matter how hard they tried, so they decided to just bring us back here. Oh, and Dane came by just now. It looked like he was injured. He didn't say anything, though. Just made sure that you were all right and left. Kinda seemed like he had a lot on his mind, but that's Dane for ya.
He never changes, does he? I'm having trouble thinking straight right now. Man, fuck you, game. God.
Let's think for a second. We were in that memory, and we saw that guy you called Kari Bear. He was the missing villager that we've been trying to find, right? And after that, Paimon doesn't remember what happened.
Kari Bear and I talked for a while. He told me about the Loom of Fate.
Wait, really? What a score!
I guess our commission is complete then. The missing villager, the person who only existed in people's memories, was Kari Bear all along. But now that he's gone, I'm not sure how to explain things to the villagers.
Well, what happened after that?
After that... I can't seem to remember. Maybe I'm just tired. I feel like something else happened, but why can't I remember? I'm not sure why, but it almost feels like I lost something.
Ah, there you are. Sleep well?
Bayram, you sure seem happy. Did something good happen?
Something good? Huh. Wasn't anything good or bad, I'd say. It's just that, well, the village organized another search party yesterday. It didn't feel right to leave all the searching to the adventurers. So there we were, searching away, when suddenly this one guy said it all came back to him. According to him, one day around dusk, he was passing by this one tree outside the village, and he saw our missing villager. There he was, sleeping under that tree all by himself. His parents came a little later to wake him up, and they all left together. It looked like quite a happy family, apparently. And after that, well, we all started to feel like that really is what happened. Kind of strange that we forgot all about it for so long.
So, that's how Kari Bear said his goodbyes. That was the last memory he gave them. Hydrate, adapt, you got it. And a stretch, you got it.
Oh,
Hi, Adapt,
and
how
we
you doing?
also remembered his name, Kari Bear. Now, that's not a name you hear every day. Would have been helpful if we remembered it sooner.
So that's how Kari Bear said his goodbyes. That was the last memory he gave them. That is a unique name. Make sure you remember it this time.
Well, I hope he's happy wherever he is. And we're all relieved now that we know what happened.
Yeah.
Seems like everyone thinks Kari
Yep,
Bear
Louise.
left the village.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably for the best. At least they have some sort of explanation now.
Kari Bear's gone, the limit phase is now complete, and no one else will try to change the villagers' memories.
Paimon wonders how Atosa's doing. Maybe we should go check on her. If she hasn't remembered like everyone else, we can tell her what happened. Paimon didn't see her in the village just now, so she's probably at the tree. Come on, let's go talk to her.
I can't believe the game did me dirty like that. Hey, Atosa, how you doing? Hope better than me.
Hey, Atosa, how's it going?
Oh, it's you two. I was just about to go looking for you. I wanted to thank you. I was part of the search party, so I remember what happened to Kari Bear now. Honestly, I just can't believe I forgot something so important.
I'm sure he wanted you to forget him.
It's funny, but I have this feeling he told me the same thing. I just can't seem to remember when. I guess it doesn't really matter anyway. Life is made up of a series of memories. As long as I hold on to our time together, he'll always be a part of my life. I'm just happy I got to meet him. So, who cares what happens in the future, right? Okay, I'll admit, I'm just putting on a brave face. I was dumped, wasn't I? Otherwise, why would he just leave like that without saying goodbye?
I'm sure he had his reasons.
You don't need to comfort me. I'll be okay. It's just like Kari Bear said. It's the things we overcome that make life more precious. And you know, if he has a heart, maybe he'll come back and see me one day. Anyway, thanks for all your hard work, you two. I promised I'd help Granny Jahiet with something, so I should head back. Goodbye.
Well, that should be it, right? Everyone's lives can go back to normal now. Oh, Right! Weren't you about to tell Paimon what happened after your conversation with Curry Bear?
Right. What was it that happened? I can't remember. Huh? Feels like there's something in my pocket.
A picture? Where'd that come from? Let Paimon see.
Must get along with each other, the two of you. Oh. Man. I... Man, why'd the game have to do that? Do me dirty like that? Hey, beat 4 opponents with melt in 2 seconds. 5 times. At least I got that. Alright, well. Anyway, I got a bunch of feels and a kick in the face. What should we do now? What we got left? I mean, I don't want to start the, I don't want to start the next one. Then again, I am busy with that. That's got somebody else. That's got somebody else. That's got somebody else. And also, yeah, we haven't touched that yet. Let's see here. Do we dare start the paralogism? Do we dare go back to Mondstadt? What you got for me for a quick start, game?
You know what? The Windbloom Festival should be coming up. We
Sure,
haven't
heck
been
yeah.
to Mondstadt in a while. Come on, let's go check up on all our old friends.
Let's follow the Sealy first. I haven't seen a Sealy in a while. It's out in the background. Lead on, Sealy. Take me where you need me to go. Where you need to go. Lead on, little blue dude. Oh, there we go. Oh. Hey, perfect.
Splendid! More interesting trinkets for me.
Game? There we go. Navigate. Now it's taking me. I'm actually gonna stop by here real quick. Just top off on health. Just real quick. I was also expecting that to take longer. Like, more than just, that, like, hour and some change. Alrighty. You haven't done that quest yet? Sounds good, Luis! Take care! Catch you later! Bye! Go to Mondstadt. I went to Mondstadt. Why do I gotta go outside of Mondstadt, game? Huh? Pathfinder story mode. Wait a minute. I'm not gonna get stuck out of co-op, am I? If I do this. Also, real quick. Yep, there you. What? Oh! Hey, Dahlia. Not sure?
Boring. Isn't...
One way to find out! Or I guess 2 ways, but one way to find out. Ooh.
Wow, the city is all decked out. Oh, it's beautiful. Festival season means no commissions, which means no Mora. But Catherine's always looking out for us, so we should still drop by and say hello.
Sure, let's go.
Greetings, traveler. Paimon.
Hi, Catherine.
Hey, Catherine! Still doing the whole no commissions during Windbloom thing?
In general, yes. The people of Mondstadt don't delegate their work to others this time of year. But...
What?
feel free to take a look around. I think you'll pick up on something unusual.
Take a look around, huh?
Oh?
It's finally Windbloom. And here I am ruining everything.
You're a bit tired. No big deal. Give it some time. How about doing something fun tonight? We could take a stroll or go stargazing.
Stargazing? Like we'll find a spot. You know people start reserving places on Starsnatch Cliff the moment the sun goes down. Sorry, I'm just not in the mood. I should go.
Whoa! Something's off with Beatrice. She would never give up a chance to talk to Quinn. This is weird.
Oh, you're leaving? I can walk you home.
No, it's okay. Thank you. I just need some time to myself. Besides, there's still something I need to do. The truth is, Quinn, not long ago,
What is it? Is there something wrong?
Never mind. It's nothing. Actually, Quinn, I think we should stop seeing each other for now.
Huh? Wait, are you saying we can't be friends anymore? I thought we were best friends.
Did you see that? Beatrice ran off without looking back. Oh, we go adventuring in other nations for a bit, and one of Mondstadt's best friendship stories is already over?
I can't believe it. Maybe they're just working out the kinks.
So, is this what you meant by unusual, Catherine?
This is just one example. Beatrice has been feeling down for days. But that's not all.
Oh, it's the honorary knight in Paimon.
Hi, Miles.
Is something wrong? You don't look so good.
I know a knight should be stronger than this, but I haven't been feeling right lately. I just can't focus. I started sleepwalking out of nowhere. Sometimes I'd even wake up in the middle of the night standing in a random location outside.
You should see a doctor.
I did, but all the tests came back normal. The doctor said I'm fine.
Strange.
Yeah. I even consulted Miss Barbara at the church, but her conclusion was the same. In any case, she was kind enough to pray to Lord Barbados for me to get better. Is it because I saw something I wasn't meant to see? Sorry, this is for me to figure out. It is Windbloom after all. Anyway, I have patrol to finish. Until next time, you two.
Huh. Is it something in the air, maybe?
It appears Miss Donna is also out of sorts.
Oh, where can I find a truly fascinating man?
Wait, but Donna is the one who has a huge crush on D-Luke, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
That's what I thought too. But she seems to have changed her mind.
Dang.
Is that Captain Kaya? Huh. Now that I look at him, he's exactly my type. How come I never felt this way before?
I'm flattered, Miss Donna, although I do wonder whether that was intended for outside ears. Hey, I got to do some voice acting!
Oh, no. Of course not. I'm sorry, Captain. Just pretend I didn't say anything. And, have a happy Windbloom.
I intend to, my dear. But at first, a question, if you don't mind. Why the sudden change of heart? I was under the impression Master D-Luke was the object of your affections.
Good question, Kaya.
So you knew about that? Well, Master Diluc came into the city not too long ago, but when I saw him, it was like the butterflies just weren't there anymore. If I had to compare it to something, it would be like waking up and realizing you're married to a man you don't love. But then I saw you, and it wasn't that something was different about you. I can't really explain it. It was just a feeling.
Oh, ad break soon. I understand, and I'm flattered I was able to bring back the butterflies. But I do need to see to some business, so I'll take my leave.
Oh, here he comes. Well, surprised to see us?
Hey, Kaya. Not at all. You are the exact two people I've been trying to find. So, Zep, Paimon, how have you been? All good. How about yourself and the rest of the Knights of Favonius? The answer to that requires a private conversation. Catherine, do you mind?
Not at all. Have fun, you three.
Got that in under the wire.
So, you said you were looking for us.
Yes, Jean sent me to find you when she had let me try that again. Yes, Jean sent me to find you when she heard you were back in Mondstadt. But let's discuss the finer details back at headquarters. Paralogism! Started! Woo! Weehoo! Ah! Okay, I can just exit when I need to. Alrighty. The hell? I haven't heard those sounds in a while.
Take me up.
Sounds like a bar fight going on, or just a lot of kitchen nonsense. Or both. Could be both.
Return to the skies.
Alrighty, Knights of Favonius. I've got some words. And I'm sure you all do too. Awesome Bean. Hi, hello, how you doing? Homunculus Phoebe! Phoebe, thank you for the raid! Welcome on in,
Kaya,
Raiders. How's it
you found
going? For those that don't know me, my name's Zep. I'm some chill dude out here on the internet playing games, guitar, and cooking up a storm. And tonight, we're playing some Genshin. We're doing some more story nonsense. Phoebe, how you doing? How's it going? How'd your stream go? What was your stream? Because my shoutouts just telling me you were playing Undefined. But yeah, how you doing, Phoebe? Hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for the raid. I still gotta catch one of your streams sometimes. One of these days. You're playing Date Everything? Hey! Nice! How's that going for you? I've been seeing a lot of that around lately. That looks so goofy and so fun. I gotta give that a go one of these days when I get a chance. Trying to sleep with a bar, your nightmares, the air, and water. Dang. So much. I'm trying to think. I want to say I've seen the bar. I don't think I've seen water. Well, maybe I just haven't looked when there's been water. Or nightmares. But then again, I'm sure there's so much out there in that game. Well, I mean, it is Date Everything, of course. I'm not surprised about that. But is there an option to date the clothes you're wearing? That and random thoughts I have, Himi. Alrighty. But yeah, glad that's going well. How far did you get in it? How's all that going for you? As I do a bit of voice acting real quick. Bar is easy. Water, you have to make water. Wait, water, you have to make water. What? Air, you have to make air. Nightmares, you have to drink coffee before bed. Ah, no wonder I don't have any nightmares. So that's a lie. Yep, I managed to track them down.
Good. With what's about to happen, it's great to have you in town.
Whoa, headquarters are packed. What's going on?
Honorary Knight Paimon. Oh, it's an honor to meet you. I believe introductions are in order?
Allow me, you have note. Captain of the second company. Skiron? Skaron? One of those? You have no idea how far you are, though? Hey, fair. It should be going good. You missed the part where we got hit in the fields and everybody needed a box of tissues handy. So now hopefully we're on to something not as crazy. Or not as feels heavy. Not as emotionally affecting. You have note, captain of the second company. Scaron, captain of the third company. Yola, captain of the fourth company. And me, of course, captain of the ninth company. No explosions. No explosions. Only dialogue right now. Also, Speeder and in love with the walls. Oh! Aw! Hi, Pyro Monkey and Val. How you both doing? How's it going?
Oh,
Welcome on in.
captains?
That's right. Master Jean is waiting for you inside. She'll explain everything.
Please tell me Jean's still voiced. I don't think I can do a woman's voice right now. Zapplater, Paimon, thank you for coming. Well, okay, I guess I can. Is everything all right? There are tons of people outside. Ah, yes, that would be the captains. You know a few of them already, but I'm sure there are some new faces. There have been a number of incidents in Mondstadt. In order to wrap up the case, I gathered all the captains of the Knights of Favonius together to hold a... Excuse me. To hold a trial.
A trial? But this is Mondstadt, not Fontaine.
Up, ad break. Take care, ad warriors. We'll miss you. Anyway, and for those of you not stuck in ad jail, hi, how you doing? How's it going? Man, must be a popular night in Discord for all sorts of graphic scammers to show up. I think I spy another one. But yeah, how y'all doing? How's it going? Y'all ready to maybe not have to suffer more from emotional damage? Why 3 weeks in a row? Why, game? Why? Artbots in my Twitch and my Discord. That's right, Vivi. Act now, you can get DMs from strangers that you don't care about. And you want to block them on sight. Act now before it's too late. Man, I tell you. Been kind of lucky lately. Hey, let's go. So ever since I got Seribot up and running, fortunately, I haven't had to see the messages in chat. Some people say I'm in your walls, but Vivi actually dated a wall. Hey, let's go. Date the wall. Date the wall. Man, it's Discord though, I tell you. I've been seeing so many show up. So many hopping into my DMs. And me just being like, haha, joke's on you, fucko. I know the mods. I am friends with the mods in the server you decide to scam me from. You're going not to jail, but to hell. I cast summon mod. Kill him with mod hammer. We love the band hammer. We love mods. You know what? For the mods. For the mods. Hug the mods. Hug your local mod. Give your local mod some appreciations. And let them sharpen the hammer on somebody else. Ha ha! Big love! Check outside real quick, because I want to see, like... Okay, it stopped raining. Good, good, good. Apparently it got bad enough to where it may have flooded in some areas. I don't know. We'll see. At least the thunder stopped, and that's not poking over my headphones anymore. Gah! I swear. What nonsense. What crazy nonsense. Why must it do this to me? Why, game? Why? And by game, I mean why, world? Why? Why must you do this? One of the mods of Discord is actually bloodthirsty. Ooh! Yeah, it was raining there before stream. Flash flood and then gone. Ooh! I mean, that sounds like a flash flood for sure, but also, ooh! Boy! Fun! Yeah! Gotta watch out for those damn flash floods. Anyway, welcome back from ad break, everybody! How you all doing? Hopefully you didn't see too much crazy nonsense. Let's probably get back to some Genshin nonsense, shall we? I can understand the confusion. You've never participated in one of our trials before. In truth, we haven't had to conduct one in quite some time. Your apartment's on a hill? Hey, there you go. All the water goes away from you. Easy. The Knights of Favonius oversee most matters of law and order in Mondstadt. Of course, in the interest of fairness, major cases are tried jointly with the church. God, I remember, I think it was like 7 or 8 years ago by now. We had a big rainstorm one day out where I lived. And, okay, it might have been a few years further back, but one street close to me, they got flooded real bad that the city had to install some more drainages. Drainages? Drainage-eye? Drainage-eye? I don't know. So, yeah. That was a fun thing to find out about. Drains. Yeah, just drains. I don't know why I said drainages. Drainage-eye. Energizer Bunny. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Anyway, back to the game before I get into too much nonsense. Under the guidances of Barbados, the Knights uphold chivalric justice in the spirit of our order, and the church carries blessings and goodwill wherever the wind can reach. Drainage-y. Heck yeah. Hi, Kotaro. How you doing? Drainagi! You have to have Drainagi. Delicious unagi. In today's case, requires a joint trial by both parties.
Which means it's a serious one. So, do you need our help?
Drainology, the study of drains. Hold on. The group of people we saw in the corridor just now. There was someone missing. Where's Albedo?
Right! He's the captain of the investigation team. But we didn't see him out there.
A keen observation, Zep. That happens to be exactly why I called you here. In the upcoming trial against Captain Albedo... against Captain Albedo! We will do our utmost to understand the facts of this case and deliver a fair and impartial verdict.
Albedo is the one on trial? What did he do?
Keen lender. Ha ha. Jean, it's time. Understood. Zep, Paimon, come with me. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Oh boy, loading screen. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, it's trial time. Ooh. Hi, Sucrose. Please sit wherever you like. I always ask that you remain calm no matter what you hear. I need to head over there. Don't worry, the trial will be fair. There's something raising so many alarms with just a single chair in the middle of a room. Now that everyone is gathered, let us begin. With Grandmaster Varka away from Mondstadt for the time being, I, Jean Gunhilder, will oversee today's proceedings. Mr. Dahlia, Deacon of the Church of Favonius, will serve as assessor. As representatives of our respective organizations, we will ensure a just verdict in the case. This case. Why did I say the case? Crowd thinks us guy. Just like hotels. Exactly, just like hotels. One chair in the middle. This is a weird hotel, I tell you.
Oh, that's a new face. Deacon of the church. Does that mean he works with Barbara and Rosaria?
The defendant in today's case is the captain of the investigation team, Albedo. Albedo? What did you do? Certain aspects of this case are classified, and it remains uncertain whether the alleged victims are citizens of Mondstadt. As such, this trial is not open to the public. The identities of the victims are still unknown? Strange. If guilt is established in this case, all facts will be made public after the final verdict is delivered. Now, the captain of the logistics company, Miss Hertha, will present the charges. The court appoints Mr. Kaya to speak on Mr. Albedo's behalf. Are both parties ready to proceed? Have I seen Hertha before? Her name sounds familiar, but it's also been a while. Yes.
Ready to proceed.
Thank you for being voiced. Miss Hertha, the floor is yours.
Prior to this trial, the Knights of Favonius, in conjunction with the church, launched an investigation into Mr. Albedo for suspected murder and unlawful disposal of human remains.
Murder?
A witness stated that, 11 days ago, in the middle of the night, she saw the defendant southeast of the city gates, dragging a large object she later identified as a human body.
Mmm.
No. There's no way!
Hooray, murder! Wait, no, that's bad!
We now call that witness to the stand. Beatrice, please tell us what you saw.
Beatrice, so is that what she was trying to tell Quinn earlier?
Well, I was out late that night on business. And when I came back, I saw someone in the moonlight that looked like Mr. Albedo. He was dragging a huge bag of some kind. I thought it was strange, so I followed him. Then, there was a sudden flash of golden light. The bag opened, and inside there was a body! Mr. Albedo's vision allows him to manipulate the ground with ease. So he buried it, and then removed any traces on the ground.
Oh.
Before he left, it seemed like he looked in my direction. Maybe it was just my imagination, but I was terrified thinking he might kill me too. Luckily, he didn't see me.
I now turn to the defendant. Describe your whereabouts that night. I was working in my office on the second floor of the Knights of Favonia's headquarters. That's right. The next day, the defendant submitted his latest environmental report on the Dragonspine region. Considering the length of the text, it must have taken a considerable amount of time to finish.
Can anyone attest to the fact that the defendant was working in his office that night?
No.
Then the length of the report is not a sufficient alibi.
This isn't looking good.
If the crime did occur as you described, then what about the body? You mentioned the joint investigation. Well, was the body recovered?
Not yet.
In other words, you dug up the location Miss Beatrice described and found nothing. You don't find that suspicious?
I know what I saw. I'm telling the truth, Miss Hertha, I swear. Also, didn't you say that speaking out would help protect the people of Mondstadt? Otherwise, I'd never put myself out here like this.
You're doing the right thing. Besides, the investigation wasn't fruitless. A single man's shoe and a torn piece of fabric were found in the bushes near the crime scene.
What happened to the other shoe?
The same location the witness described. If no crime occurred, then is all this just a coincidence?
And yet, no victim has been identified, correct?
It's true. No one has been reported missing. However, Miss Beatrice harbors no ill will toward the defendant. Her testimony clearly points to a crime, and she has no reason to lie.
Does the defendant wish to say anything in response? You may be... Let me try that again. You may believe otherwise, Miss Hertha, but I did not kill a single person. As a knight and the captain of the investigation team, I have a duty to protect Mondstadt and its people. You accuse me of murder, but there's no body or motive.
The defendant raises an important point. Motive. Yet, I must be frank, not all murders are premeditated. Spontaneous conflict can also have unforeseen consequences. Nevertheless, I don't intend to prosecute this case on circumstantial evidence alone. Which brings me to the second charge against Mr. Albedo.
Second charge?
2 of them. Please proceed.
7 days ago, at dawn, a witness saw the defendant dispose of the body of an adult male in the area between Dragonspine and Dawn Winery.
2 murders!
I now call the second witness to the stand.
Wait, that's...
Did he look... Oh god, how do you even say his last name? It's been so long since I've heard it. Ragnarvidr? Did not murder him. Please, tell the court what you saw. At around 3:40 in the morning, I saw Mr. Albedo dispose of a body beneath a cliff. It was dark, but he used the power of Geo to illuminate his surroundings. From what I could tell, it looked like the body of an adult male, tall and thin, but I couldn't make out the age. He buried the body underneath the cliff and smoothed out to the ground to remove any traces.
We now have accounts from 2 separate witnesses that describe the same modus operandi. Would you call that a coincidence?
I would only inquire as to what Mr. Deluc was doing in that area so early in the morning. not the most opportune time for a stroll. Is there such a thing? Dawn Winery is my home. It's not unusual for me to take walks in the area. I just happen to be in the right place at the right time. That's all. Master Diluc is a well-respected figure in Mondstadt. I see no reason for him to frame Mr. Albedo. Yet the question remains, where are the bodies?
Before you suggest a lack of evidence, Mr. Kaya, you should know. After the defendant left that morning, the witness found this where the body was buried.
And this is what looks like the teeth and femur of a human. Ah! Now, it does beg the question, if the burial was fresh, why is this all that remains of the body? But I suppose Mr. Albedo is the only one who can answer that. Careful now, Master Diluc. I do believe I hear a presumption of guilt in there somewhere.
These remains suggest an accelerated rate of decomposition. Considering the defendant's profession, there's reason to suspect that alchemy is at play here. Both witnesses saw golden light, a known byproduct of alchemy. That's how the defendant destroyed the bodies. The light also explains how the witnesses were able to get a clear view of the events in the dark.
So, that's your angle. Alchemy. A logical assessment, but we have a witness of our own. The afternoon before the alleged second murder, Mr. Albedo had a lengthy intellectual exchange with his student, Sucrose. The two were in the library until the next morning. Why did the discussion last so long? Miss Sucrose was presenting the results of her research. She noticed some flaws in the data, and insisted on reviewing her calculations until the next morning, with Mr. Albedo present.
That's right! We were in the library together!
Why do I have to so many voices I can't really do so well and do justice to?
You're certain Mr. Albedo was present the whole time?
Yes, and I know Mr. Albedo would never kill someone. He could never be that cruel.
Nevertheless, the other witnesses have no reason to lie. Tell me, Miss Sucrose, that meeting in the library, were you awake the whole time? Sounds like a considerable duration to go without sleep.
Don't know how alchemy works in this world, but can someone change their look with alchemy? I haven't seen it come up yet. At least not that I can recall. So... maybe we'll find out.
I do hope you can be truthful with us. It concerns the safety of countless Mondstadt citizens. A crime like this cannot go unpunished.
That's not good then, don't get it. I'll take it from here. During our meeting, Sucrose did fall asleep not long after midnight. It's alright, Sucrose. You don't have to lie for me. This is a sacred place of judgment. The truth is paramount.
Mr. Albedo! I see. Then I'm afraid your alibi cannot be substantiated. Do you understand?
Yes, I know claiming innocence without proof isn't enough. But the prosecution's argument has its own holes. There's been no mention of a motive, or what exact methods could reduce a human body to those remains.
No conclusive evidence of guilt. But the witness accounts do match to an extent that can't be dismissed. This is a tricky one.
Allow me to submit another piece of evidence. The investigators intercepted one of Mr. Albedo's correspondences. I will now read the pertinent parts to the court.
A correspondence?
Oh no, the envelope does look like it belongs to Mr. Albedo.
I have never abandoned the subject of human research. In fact, delving deeper into Dragonspine has led me to realize that the concept of life could be further expanded and transformed into that of birth. The mystery of human birth is often linked to death. As such, death is the most suitable material for the creation of new life. To that end, we must engage in a process of putrefaction and refinement.
Putrefaction and refinement?
Is that in reference to an alchemical process?
The letter continues. Experimental trials have been carried out in the northwestern part of Dragonspine, and the area southeast of Mondstadt's main gate. The data is as expected. Just as you endeavored to do, I too shall take up the path of creation, and break through current limitations to reach a new realm of living beings.
I trust the investigators have confirmed this to be the defendant's handwriting, and that the letter makes more than passing mention of putrefaction and refinement.
Correct. Not to mention, the locations indicated in the letter match both crime scenes. What more can we trust than the defendant's own words?
Go full show Tucker. What? That's a name I haven't heard in a while.
No, it can't be true.
I can't believe it.
A guilty verdict cannot be delivered without sufficient evidence. In order to protect all parties involved, that is what our principles demand. My original assessment was that we lacked said evidence. But now, it seems the only remaining questions are the identities of the victims and the specific alchemical process used in this case.
Ha! Then, we are in agreement. The evidence is conclusive. On the charges of murder and unlawful disposal of human remains, the court finds the defendant guilty.
The people in attendance appear shocked. No one can believe a kind and well-mannered person like Albedo could commit such a crime. Jean stipulates that those unsatisfied with the verdict will have time to submit an objection or appeal. But most appear hopeless in this moment. As you watch Albedo being taken back to headquarters, you get a strange feeling that something hidden is about to come to light. It all comes back to the letter, a secret that you and Albedo know all too well, but the people of Mondstadt have yet to discover.
Why would Albedo do something like that? Oh, this has to be a nightmare.
Albedo told me his secret once, that he was a synthetic human created through alchemy. Could that have something to do with this case? But what? Following in Ryan Daughter's footsteps, just because he's an alchemical creation? That would only make him more suspicious.
Man. Well, this took a turn for the worse.
Rosaria! Oh, when did you get here?
He's been here the whole... he's been here... thinking about Albedo so much. She's been here the whole time, Paimon. They gonna kill one of your people, Vivi. You gotta act fast!
I've been here the whole time. I happen to have a message to pass along.
For us?
Yes, you're meeting at Star Snatch Cliff. He's waiting for you there.
Who is he?
Is it Albedo?
You'll know when you get there. Go on now. Time is like the wind. It waits for no one.
Yeah, we'll take a review. It's been a hot minute. You and Paimon went to Dragonspine to ask Albedo, who was conducting research there, some questions about alchemy, only to encounter a series of strange events. Strange, soft noises echoing through the mountains that could not be traced. The ransacking and theft of alchemical notes at the campsite. Albedo disappearing after a chat outside a cave, but having no memory of the incident. At the same time, Eula encountered Albedo elsewhere on the mountain, attempting to lead a child away, and he attacked Eula upon being discovered. You were able to confirm the presence of a mysterious figure impersonating Albedo. A running battle ensued. Ambushing and being ambushed, hunting and being hunted. In the end, Albedo eliminated the giant mutant Wafferflower posing as him. Yet, there were more than 2 people wearing that face on the mountain. We got multiple Albedos! We gotta go ways to Star Snatch Cliff. Yeah, that's probably best one we got.
Oh boy, rain!
Whoop. Man! I just gotta be all the way up there. Wait a minute. What am I doing this for? Oh my god.
I'm tired already.
What am I doing this part for? Jeez. Woo! Perfect. Thank you, game. Hey! What's up, Venti?
Ah, traveler! Paimon! I could hear your arrival upon the wind. Were you looking for me?
Thank you for being voice, Venti.
Venti, did you send us that message?
I didn't want to have to do yet another. Oh, then again, I could do Venti.
I did.
Whoa!
Maybe.
Where
I don't
did you come from? Wait, Venti, do you know this guy? His name is, what is his name again?
Dahlia, Paimon.
Didn't think I was that unmemorable. I'm Dahlia, Deacon of the Church of Favonius, and Herald of the Animo Archon Barbados. Not gonna forget next time, right?
I mean, I did pull you. Last week? Yeah, last week sounds right. Dahlia, when I didn't pull scarf last week. Anyway. So, you called us here so we could meet with Venti?
That's right. I noticed you during the trial. The legendary honorary knight. You seem to have a lot of thoughts on your mind, so I thought we should have a chat. After all, I am the Herald of Barbados. If the people of Mondstadt are in danger, I should keep the Animo Archon in the loop.
It only makes sense.
Wait then, you know about...
About what? The fact that my tavern-hopping nomad of a friend is Barbados himself?
Convenient.
Don't worry, Dahlia and I are close. He knows everything. Besides, a god needs someone to communicate their will in a formal setting, and no one does that better than Dahlia.
Not that I saw that coming when we first met. But back to the matter at hand. I believe you two already know about Albedo's background.
If you mean his true identity, then yeah, we do.
So, you know too, Venti? That's surprisingly Archon-like of you.
Ah, well, I knew from the moment Rhine-Daughter and Alice brought Albedo to Mondstadt. When those two are in town, no one can afford to slack off.
Dang.
The Kryda Prince, a perfect specimen of synthetic life. At this stage of the case, there are countless questions surrounding Albedo's motive. His true identity is a potential weakness.
A synthetic being loses control of their sanity and goes on a killing spree. That's how a novel would frame the story, and people are inclined to agree.
Would make for a good story.
Albedo has told us before that humans often value the ordinary over the transcendent and miraculous.
And the slightest difference is perceived as other. A very common phenomenon.
Which means we need to find a way to help your friend.
What do you know about the situation, Venti?
Me? Well, I know that Albedo is a synthetic being, and that a lot of strange things have been happening in Mondstadt, even though Windbloom should be about drinking and having fun.
Cheers.
We noticed that too! The minute we got here, something was off.
You share your observations with Venti and Dahlia.
I've picked up on most of those too. Miles is out of sorts. Beatrice seems anxious. Although I didn't know Donna stopped being interested in Master Diluc.
That's probably the most shocking thing.
When no love remains for the songs to tell, the world becomes naught but an empty shell. Cruel is said fate, cruel it may be, were it not for a hero who could set us all free.
What are you getting at, Tone Deaf Bard?
Oh, just making a comment. There are always unavoidable trials in life. At least, that's what Barbados would say. A certain someone is going to need to overcome a trial like that. In such cases, even the Seven know better than to tamper with fate. If only there was a brave soul willing to aid their friend in his time of need. Should he meet a terrible fate, all of Mondstadt could be worse for it.
If you wanted our help, you could have just asked, you know.
Well, even if Albedo wasn't at the center of this case, protecting Mondstadt is part of being an honorary knight, right? You'll still have help, of course, which is why I prepared a little surprise. Behold!
Behold!
A bomb!
Oh my god!
Don't worry, I removed the fuse, so it's not going to explode. Say hello to the Dodo communication device.
So, this thing belongs to you now?
We're old pals. Don't think she'd care if I borrowed it for a few days.
And modified
Anyway,
it too?
This invention, with a little help from a trick of mine, will allow us to keep in touch. Just take it out and we can chat.
We'll do our best to uncover the truth.
That's all I ask. No matter what comes, you have the wind on your side.
And a former bomb. Back to the headquarters! Oh, won't just take me to the handy-dandy teleport spot. Dang.
We should be able to see the stars tonight.
Oh, okay. So we are temporarily out of special stun. What the hell's up with me and my words? The side entrance. I know you all must be shocked, but the evidence is solid. Albedo's situation is not looking good.
I still don't believe Albedo would do something like that. Using living people as alchemical test subjects? It's like something out of a novel.
Can't stop, won't stop. Will fish.
Perhaps it's best for me to remain impartial, but I've worked with Albedo before. He's an alchemist, not a sadist.
Man, speaking of fish, I'm tempted to pick up some fish when I can and cook that up. This version of events is hard for me to accept as anyone, but Varka once said Albedo is very different from the rest of us. Perhaps there are things we still need to learn about him. Let's see what Albedo has to say for himself first. Would you mind giving me a moment, everyone? A private matter requires my attention.
Hey, Gene!
Hi, Gene. Speaking of private matter, hi, we're here. Oh yeah, I gotta hit space. Sep, Paimon, perfect timing. Kai has a favor to ask. Like Gene said after the verdict, we have time to submit an appeal, and I will do my utmost to convince Albedo to accept. He's been acting strange, and I can't read him for the life of me. But I need you two to start investigating the case. Investigate the case? Yes. It's also time for you to get involved. Do you want us to join the joint investigation? You sure? We're just venturers after all. As well as honoring members of the Knights of Favonius and Albedo's friends, Kaya and I already have an official involvement in this case. We need a fresh pair of eyes. I know it's against the spirit of the season to task you with this, but Albedo is a trusted member of our ranks. We owe him the benefit of the doubt. Understood. I'll look into this case on my own. I know you'll get to the bottom of this, Zep. You've never failed us in our time of need.
But what if the accusations turn out to be true?
Then you will have done Mondstadt a great service all the same. I'm expecting a retrial. Until then, you're welcome to have a look around Albedo's office on the second floor. I'm counting on you. Hey, we can go to Albedo's office. Let me out. Let me out. Been upstairs in a long time with this, jeez. Oh. Over there! Damn it. I can't even remember the last time I was up here. It's been that long.
Wait, Captain Kaya! Surely I can't just...
These two are here on Jean's orders. She asked them to investigate Albedo's office.
Oh, in that case, head on in.
Sounds good, Vivi. Take care. Get some good food. Do share that food later.
So this is Albedo's office. Pretty much exactly how Paimon pictured it.
Alright, I have some work of my own, so I'll leave you to it. Good luck, you two.
Right back at ya.
Click didn't want to click. Jeez. What we got in here? Yep, stuff. Looks like gonna be 7-Eleven pizza.
Let's see what we can find.
Cooking tomorrow since you have off? Hey, let's go cooking tomorrow. Man, I haven't had 7-Eleven pizza in a while. It's pizza. It'd be decently satisfying. What's in the book? There's a stack of books on the desk, mostly relating to alchemy, environmental science, and life science. Some of the pages have been marked with alchemical symbols, and others have S-shaped or triangular symbols drawn on them. Any potential meaning is unclear.
Wow, these books are so fancy. Albedo must have gone to great lengths to get them.
What's under the book? After moving the book, the desk looks almost empty. Your hand slipped while moving the book, causing the hardcover book to strike the desk. The resulting noise is a bit unusual. It's subtle, but to an experienced adventurer, it sounds too hollow, almost like there's a compartment within the desk. Surprising enough compartment for the light to just light up. You forgot it was Genshin Monday today? Surprise, Blossom! Hi, Blossom, how's it going? Getting home from a concert? So, hey! How was the concert? How'd it go? Who'd you see? And hope it was a good one. Hey, yeah, good to see you too, Blossom. What's under the desk?
Wait, it looks like there's a hidden compartment under the desk.
There does appear to be a compartment added to one side of the desk. It was very well hidden. The lock mechanism is complex and seems to involve elemental power in some way. Perhaps you could try using the power of Geo. Perhaps. The hidden compartment opens. Inside lies a piece of paper with more information. What's on the paper? Festering is also a manifestation of rot. When festering forces and a sufficient amount of life energy collide, the two will repel each other, triggering a powerful side effect. When I tested this in an alchemical experiment, the results of the refinement were startling. So much fun you saw Stray Kids and don't regret it? Nice! You do have a new bias though? Fair! Glad you enjoyed it, glad you had a blast! Breaking through the shackles of life, the simulation of the project. I must take advantage of this opportunity.
The name of the project is blotted out in ink.
Oh.
What could it be?
I thought it was just going to be in a language even the Traveler doesn't understand. Hydrate, you got it, Tsunami. The note mentioned festering forces, which suggests that Dragonspine can be involved somehow. If this has something to do with creating synthetic life, would Albedo go that far for one of his experiments? No, that can't be. Stretch, you got it, Narina. You'll love the muffled sound effects for the unreadable part. I just have fun doing that. Amid the notes is a map with a few markings on it. 2 of the marked locations correspond to the crime scenes, and the 3rd appears to be in Dragonspine. Now, would you believe I did the muffled sound effect without covering my mouth? It's a hard pill to swallow, but if the results of the joint investigation are correct, there could be a body hidden in that last location. Or at the very least, the remains of one.
Huh. What does this mean? Oh, do you think something might also be buried at the last location?
I'm afraid to think that, Paimon.
Alright, that seems to be it for this place. We should go tell Jean what we found.
Ah, good. We don't have to go look for a dead body. This time.
Dodo, 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 go.
Aw, cool.
Oh, Venti's calling. Let's answer.
How's the investigation going? Find anything?
Hi, Venti.
Oh, we found stuff, all right. Stuff that only makes Albedo look even more suspicious.
Yeah.
I see. So, Albedo's researching something that doesn't help his case, huh?
You share what you learned with Venti.
Not promising. We should be grateful Albedo's true identity remains hidden. If it gets out that he's one of Rhindaughter's creations, there'd be no separating him from her past. As we both know, Rhindaughter's approach to alchemy and ethics was pure madness, and the evidence you just found, let's just say it could convince even those closest to him of his guilt. Perhaps even you.
I don't think the handwriting was faked. And the notes also sounded like him.
Then it comes down to trust. Do you trust Albedo?
Absolutely I do.
Yeah, he's our friend. We should keep the faith. And if he really is the culprit, he must have had a reason, right? Maybe he's just not allowed to talk about it. Yeah, that must be it.
Paimon trying her best to hold on.
Either way, a fair investigation means coming to a conclusion presented by the facts.
Does that mean even Venti no longer believes in him?
Remaining objective has its own value. Remember, none of this is your fault. Just report back with an honest assessment of the facts.
Yeah. Well, let's go find Jean and tell her what we learned.
Got it, Paimon.
Wait, that's Miles. What's he doing here?
Yeah, Miles, what the heck?
Oh, sorry. I heard voices and wasn't sure if I should check who was inside.
It's okay. We're here on Jean's orders.
Ah, I see. I'll, leave you to it then.
Hold on. You didn't hear what we were saying, did you?
Oh, not really. Nothing that made sense anyway.
Well, do us a favor and just forget anything you might have heard, okay?
Oh, sure. You got it.
Thanks, Miles, for being trustworthy.
That map we found in the hidden compartment seems important. We should check out the marked locations.
Well, fuck you too, door! Just closing on me. Right in front of my face. Gah! Get ready to walk out of it, it's just like, no. Haha. Anyway, we're in Dragonspine. Up!
Return to the skies!
Oh boy, freezing! My favorite mechanic! Ah. I've got 2 pyro people in the party. I ought to be able to get away with it, right? Right? Nope. How much further must I go? Maybe... I need to really zoom in. About there, looks like? Yeah. It's down, over, under that, or what? Hi, chest!
Is it too much to carry?
Cool!
Here, let me help.
Free chest! Just sitting there. Alright.
Rise like smoke.
Let's see here. Oh, gotta go a bit north. Oh, there we go.
We should be getting close.
I can stop the freezing for now. Although everything is covered in snow, as a seasoned adventurer, you notice the spot on the ground looks quite different from its surroundings. You remove the snow and find a sizable hole underneath, large enough to fit a human body. But the hole is completely empty, and the surrounding markings make it look like something was dug up. Did an animal do this? Or some monster?
Weird. There's a hole, but no body. The prosecution's argument is that Albedo used alchemy to destroy the bodies, but this location is different from the other 2.
True, Paimon.
Why not fill the hole, or smooth out the ground like the other places?
If one person did all this, why not remove the traces like the others? And if Albedo isn't the one responsible, why was this location marked in his notes? You return to the Knights of Favonius, doubts swirling in your mind. You accidentally do that thing, because why not? Hi, Jean. You're back. Did you find anything?
Yeah, but none of it helps Albedo's case.
You tell Jean about your findings from Albedo's office. I see. A complicated result, but your efforts are appreciated. Did Albedo submit an appeal? Yes, he asked for a retrial. There are still questions surrounding the identities of the victims, and the disappearance of the bodies. The minimal remains that were uncovered have been sent for forensic analysis, which should provide some answers. It's just...
What's wrong?
If the victims turned out to be Mondstadt citizens, the situation becomes all the more serious. Damn it. The second trial would likely have to be open to the public, and I doubt public sentiment will be in Albedo's favor.
Yeah, not when the charges are so serious.
The second trial is set to take place in 2 days. I hope you consider attending this one as well.
Of course, we'll be there. In the meantime, we should all just stay positive.
Well said. When the time comes, I'll carry out my duty to the best of my ability. Thank you, Jane. More thunder, jeez. Miles. Miles! What are you doing there? Wait until 2 days later. Oh boy. Whoop. And... just has to be 2 days later. I'm gonna make it as close to 2 days later as I can. I'm also gonna check outside real quick because I just heard more thunder. And I see nothing. Oh well. Free stretch, real quick, because apparently needed it. Alrighty, it's the day after.
We should meet up with Jean. It's about time for the second trial.
Oh, Jean! Hi, Jean. Ah, you two, let me know if you're ready and we'll head out. Ready? Alright, follow me. Wet smoking in Genshin? Nah, there's no cigarettes. Are there? Also, hi, Neeps, how's it going? Ladies and gentlemen, we now convene for the second trial against Mr. Albedo. I, Jean Gunhilder, will once again oversee the proceedings. Representatives on both sides remain unchanged, and Mr. Dahlia will continue to serve as assessor. Ms. Hertha represents the prosecution, and Mr. Kaya speaks on behalf of the defense. Tell that to Rosaria. Yeah! The defendant in this case is Mr. Albedo, captain of the investigation team. With that, I now bring this trial to order. Ms. Hertha, have the investigators made any new discoveries?
Yes. We sent the teeth and the femur bone found at the scene to the church's medical office, and were able to conclude that these are, in fact, human remains.
Goody.
In addition, the investigators were able to identify several Mondstadt citizens who appear to have been missing for quite some time. Forensic analysis of the remains allowed us to pinpoint the age and gender of the deceased. Interestingly, one of the missing individuals matches that profile to a T. The medical office couldn't spare the personnel, so Miss Rosaria is here to present the results to the court.
Hanselmann. Male, 46 years old. Marital status, single. Occupation, hunter. Consistent with the conclusion of the last trial, his disappearance went unreported, likely due to his lack of relatives. Man. Hard trying to do a voice for her. In addition, medical records show that he sustained a mechanism-related injury. Let me try that again. In addition, medical records show that he sustained a mechanism-related injury to his leg 3 years ago. The damage on the femur bone Mr. D-Luke found is consistent with such an injury. Therefore, we can conclude that one of the victims in this case is Hanselmann. A specialized technique was likely used to accelerate the rate of decomposition.
Is it reasonable to assume this technique to be alchemical in nature?
Alchemical or magical, both are possible.
Thank you for your testimony.
The identity of one of the victims is now confirmed. But what about the defendant's motive?
Considering what he wrote in the letter, we can deduce that the defendant needed subjects for an alchemy experiment. Who better than individuals whose disappearance would go unnoticed? In other words, he sacrificed the good people of Mondstadt for his own gain. A truly vile act. In addition, another witness has agreed to testify. Miss Donna, if you would.
Another one, huh?
Wait, Donna from the flower shop?
I'm sorry it took so long for me to come forward. But the night Master D-Luke saw Mr. Albedo, I was there too. I was camping with a friend and we decided to stop near Dragonspine. I couldn't really get comfortable that night, so around dawn, I decided to go for a walk. And that's when I saw Master D-Luke.
Nice one, Narita. Nice. God, it was so hard for me to hold that in.
I thought it might be nice to, chat. So I headed in his direction and then I saw it. Someone at the bottom of the cliff was getting rid of a body. I was terrified the person might see me. Even after I fled, I couldn't shake that fear. And I started to wish I never had a crush on Master D-Luke in the first place.
Damn.
If I hadn't wanted to talk to him, I would never have been in that situation. Well, I didn't want to come forward because I was scared. But Miss Hertha convinced me it was the right thing to do. I'm sorry it took me so long.
I see. Just stepping forward was brave enough, Miss Donna. Oh, the court thanks you for your courage and commitment to justice.
Yes. Thank you.
The two witnesses corroborate the same sequence of events. That just leaves the question of how the defendant disposed of the bodies.
I believe the answer lies in the alchemical technique mentioned in the letter. The defendant is the most accomplished alchemist in Mondstadt. He has the skill, no question.
A special investigator also uncovered some relevant evidence on that subject. I will now present it to the court.
Wait, does she mean...
The evidence we found in Albedo's office. The following are pieces of evidence uncovered in Mr. Albedo's office, the most important of which is this map. Yep, there's that map. This map was found with the defendant's notes. The markings correspond with the description in the letter and the... damn it. And the locations of the crime scenes. Does this map belong to you? Yes. Were you the one who marked these locations? Yes. You do realize that's basically an admission of guilt, don't you? The evidence against you is nearly insurmountable. No! Since you haven't covered that compartment, I might as well expound on the matter.
We have witnesses and physical evidence. What could you possibly say in your defense?
What I always have. I never killed a single person.
Ugh, you have some nerve. Saying that when the evidence is stacked against you?
Miss Hertha, you've presented a meticulous and convincing case. I'll give you that, but I will not admit to something I didn't do.
So, what? You're just going to bombard the court with excuses?
My tux got dirty. I was running late. There were locusts. It wasn't my fault, I swear to God! That's a rather dismissive way to refer to an innocent man speaking in his own defense. Besides, I'm not making excuses. I'm exercising patience. My
that
dog
won't
ate
make
it.
the charges against you disappear, Mr. Albedo.
Perhaps not, but patience comes with its own reward. It's easy for things to remain buried in snow until someone comes along and brushes it away. Albedo seems serious, but unfazed. Does that mean he really didn't do anything untoward? He mentioned brushing off the snow. Is that supposed to be a hint? If it was a hint, then it must have something to do with Dragonspine. Which reminds me, one of the locations marked on the map we found was in Dragonspine, wasn't it? Zep, you were the one who uncovered the notes, right? Then I'm assuming you visited the third location marked on the map as well. Yes. Can you tell us what you found? Well, you nod your head and you give an honest account of the scene you found on Dragonspine. Whatever was kept in the hole was gone, and the surrounding area bore the markings of an unknown creature, with everything covered in snow. No one knew there was something to discover in the first place.
Then, there must also have been a body.
That's where it gets tricky, Hertha. I need to think about this. What clues am I missing? Alright, let's look at the first one. The first marked location is near Mondstadt. Beatrice saw Albedo use alchemy to dig a hole and bury a body there. A single men's shoe and a torn piece of fabric were found in the bushes nearby. Taken together, this evidence seems to suggest that Albedo killed someone and concealed the body. The second marked location is between Dragonspine and Dawn Winery, where D-Luke saw Albedo bury the body of an adult male. D-Luke described nearly the same events as Beatrice. There's no reason for them to conclude against Albedo, so their testimony should be trustworthy. D-Luke found teeth and a femur bone at the scene, and Donna confirmed his version of the events because she was also there that night. The two should have no reason to set Albedo up. Despite her crush, Donna wouldn't lie about something like that just to get D-Luke's attention. Not to mention, Donna has been acting strange since before the trial. The third marked location is in Dragonspine. We only knew about it because we found the map in the hidden compartment. During our investigation, Paimon and I discovered a hole beneath the snow, big enough to hide a human body. There were also claw marks around the outside, but there was no body or any remains whatsoever. According to the forensic results, the teeth and femur bone belonged to a Mondstadt citizen, and the witness accounts suggest that Albedo was the last person to come into contact with his body. Did Albedo really use alchemy to reduce the body to a few bones? And does that mean he's the killer? No. The differences between the marked locations. I don't know why I clicked that one. Albedo marked these 3 locations on the map found in the hidden compartment. There are some similarities and differences between them. Based on what we know, all 3 locations were likely used to hide the bodies. The holes dug in each area certainly seemed big enough. But unlike the first 2 locations, there were claw marks around the hole in the 3rd location, and no witnesses saw anything happen there. Dragonspine is home to all manner of monsters and wild animals. Could some kind of creature have dug up the body? But why wasn't that the case in other locations? Oh, ad break soon! The marks didn't look fresh, which means the hole at the 3rd location has been there longer than the other 2. But if the hole at the 3rd location wasn't made around the same time, does that mean it's connected to a separate incident? Albedo's identity. Most people know Albedo as an alchemist and the captain of the investigation team. But, in truth, he's the Krede Prince. Krede Prince? I hope I'm saying that right. A synthetic human created by one of the 5 sinners, Rhine-Daughter, Gold Rhine-Daughter. Albedo is steadfast, intelligent, and treats everyone with kindness and respect. I think most people would agree with that assessment. He's also a calculated thinker. It's fair to say that, if he did commit a crime, it would likely be well concealed. Up until now, Albedo has never displayed any ill will towards humanity, and he also still seems like his normal self. As his friend, I shouldn't reveal the truth about his identity. That would only make things worse for him. Dragonspine has a frigid climate and is covered in snow all year round. Even so, it's home to various monsters and creatures that can withstand the cold. Deep within the mountain lies the remains of an even more mysterious creature, Durin. Although the dragon had been dead for a long time, he still possesses a peculiar life energy. Now that I think about it, a lot of strange things have happened on Dragonspine. I almost forgot. Paimon and I once encountered someone on Dragonspine who looked exactly like Albedo, and we weren't the only ones. Wait a second. Someone who looks exactly like him. There we go. I'm guessing Albedo has a plan, so I should help him out. But what does he want me to do? Announce a break in the case? No, I should play it safe. Since I made an honest assessment of the facts, I should only be honest about my doubts too. It's only fair. Besides, I think I understand what Albedo was trying to tell me just now. I'd like to address the court if I may. I was the one who investigated the office, and I believe the results raise a few questions. Regarding the 2 cases addressed in the previous trial, it was established that, after disposing of the bodies, the defendant used alchemy to restore the ground to its original state. But that wasn't the case at the 3rd location. The hole was still there, with dirt scattered around the perimeter. It looked more like something had been dug up. If this was all done by one person, why wasn't the 3rd scene given the same treatment as the others? Why weren't the traces removed? In addition, the markings around the 3rd location weren't fresh, which suggests that the Dragonspine incident happened at a different time. For those reasons, I believe there's still reasonable doubt in this case, and I hope the verdict reflects that. Thank you. Astute as ever, Zep.
Questions there may be, but allow me to point out. There is no evidence to suggest that anyone besides the defendant knew about the 3rd location. And the map was found in his notes. That fact alone makes him the most plausible suspect. Unless Mr. Albedo suddenly plans to deny that the map belongs to him.
Allow me to respond to Zep's point. If all I cared about was proving my innocence, I would indeed do as you described, Miss Hertha, and deny any connection to that map. But that is not what I intend to do. The map does belong to me, and I did hide things at those 3 locations.
What?
There were indeed bodies at each location, and I did kill and bury someone on Dragonspine.
Ha! So you admit it. Let the record reflect that the defendant has confessed to his crimes.
You're mistaken, Miss Hertha. The story doesn't end there. Hi, Yola. Suddenly you're important. Some time ago, I encountered an uninvited guest on Dragonspine. Someone who wanted to take advantage of the deserted nature of the region to eliminate me in secret. His desire to kill me led to an altercation where I killed him instead, and buried the body on the mountain, the 3rd location marked on the map.
Actually, the traveler Amber Bennett and I were with Albedo that day. The Adventurers Guild was holding an event on Dragonspine. After it ended, we all left the area. If the person Albedo is referring to is different from the one we encountered on the mountain, then the altercation must have occurred after we left.
This only proves that the defendant is guilty on all counts. Those innocent people. Their blood is on your hands.
No, you're wrong.
You deny it? After admitting to murder for the whole court to hear? You've clearly lost your mind.
If you would let me finish, Miss Hertha, I could get to the important part. The man who attacked me on Dragonspine was my height, with blonde hair and blue eyes, dressed in clothes nearly identical to mine. So, someone who happens to look exactly like you?
Exactly like him.
So, I was right. It does come back to what happened back then.
It's one thing to look similar, but for the clothes to be the same?
What's going on? I don't want to be here anymore.
Oh no.
Regardless, the important thing is that you admit to killing someone on Dragonspine.
Yes, I killed someone that day. Someone who looked nearly identical to me. But I never said that someone was a person. Dun dun! I see. Then it appears I need to withdraw my testimony.
What?
Everyone! I brought her!
Wait, you...
The person who just came in, isn't that Hertha?
Ah.
What's going on?
Who are you? Why do you wear my face? Hello to you, too.
A calmer looking Hertha. Up, ad break going on. We'll chill for a moment. We'll take a brief breather. We'll relax for a bit. Give my voice a bit. And actually, on that note, I'm gonna go get some more water real quick, so I'll BRB. Alright, I'm back. I got more water. Considering this is the third ad break of the night already, I might end up calling it for the stream after we get through a bit of this, bit more of the court drama. Man, excuse me, jeez, what the hell? But yeah, we back, we chilling. Thank you! Happy to be back. Happy to get through more of this. What's up with Albedo? What's going on here? And all that good stuff. But yeah. Been a fun night. Been a good night. Been a rainy night, and I'm glad the power didn't get knocked out. That's probably the thing I'm most surprised about tonight is just, power didn't get knocked out with all the weather going on. I tell you, so much rain. Just so much thunder, really. Mostly the thunder. But yeah. Trying to think about the next stream for this. Probably gonna be more of this. But then again, there might be new stuff coming up soon, because this is the end of the first thing there. Anyway, welcome back from ad break, everybody. Hope those ads weren't too crazy. Let's get this going again. As you can see, this is Hertha, the logistics captain of the Knights of Favonius.
I see what's going on here. It's all been leading up to this, hasn't it? Your confession. It was all an elaborate stunt to set me up. You want to undermine my credibility? Fine. It doesn't eliminate the mountain of evidence stacked against you. All I want is justice for the people of Mondstadt.
Order of the court. I've been stationed on Dragonspine all these years because that is where the subject of my research lies. The dragon, Durin. Several hundred years ago, the Dragon of the East, Dvalin, defeated Durin in battle and, with the help from Barbados, sealed his remains on Dragonspine. Durin was created through alchemy, one of the finest specimens of artificial life. As such, death was not a true end for him. His heart still beats and grows more revitalized by the day. My imposter on Dragonspine was a failed specimen abandoned in Durin's stomach, an unsuccessful iteration of the Homunculus project.
Homunculus? Are you trying to insinuate that I'm some kind of homunculus? Because it looks to me like the artificial one is standing right there. Some kind of imposter you dragged in from Dragonspine. So this is what I look like when I fly off the handle. You know, they say imitation is the best form of flattery, but your impersonation has overstayed its welcome. Master Jean, what are you waiting for? We've known each other for so long. You recognize the real me, don't you?
The two of you look identical, but judging based on demeanor, the new arrival actually seems more like the Hertha I know.
That means nothing. By that logic, I could just as easily accuse the Albedo in this room of being an imposter. How do we know he isn't the fake one? A cold-blooded killer who replaced the real Albedo long ago. Then, how about something only the real Hertha would know? The longest scar on my body. The knights who fought alongside me that day should remember where it is.
I remember. Let's hear your answer.
I'd like to hear Miles' answer first.
Huh?
Hi, Miles.
You don't know? Or you don't remember? I heard you've been acting strange these days. Disoriented? Confused? You were closer to me than anyone during that battle. And yet you don't remember a thing. Strange indeed.
No, my head. It hurts.
The scar is right here.
Why the nerves? I can't imagine this comes as a surprise. Unless you're informing the Knights of Favonius failed to mention the scar on Hertha's left arm.
Albedo has done a lot of research into beings like you. If you deny it, then show us your arm.
You put on auto again. No need to panic. You can just add it now. You excel at changing your appearance, don't you? Or, I should say, all spawn of Durin's life force have that ability. A powerful life force, an appearance you can change at will, yet here you stand, formless one, paralyzed to act, because you're worried using that power could affect your accomplices.
Accomplices? Then Miles must be one of them.
There are others too. Most of the beings under the influence of Durin's life force have gathered here, and yet, their presence is what impedes her from taking action. Once you attempt to transform, all who surround you will be affected by your power. You can't control it, because in this network of living beings, you serve as the core.
Show us your arm. Ugh! Have it your way!
Whoa!
Oh dear.
Come on, let's go!
Damn, how many of them are in here?
Hey! They're shielding the imposter!
She's trying to get away. Stop her. Don't let anyone stand in your way.
There are others trying to get in. Must be more people under her control.
Oh no. Time to get moving, everyone.
Whoa! She just leaped across the room!
What the hell?
After her!
It's time. All the units move out. Third company, keep on the imposter's tail. You finally have a chance to talk, but before I explain the events of the past few days, I'd like to make a few things clear. First, I never killed any of my fellow citizens, and I never used human remains as part of an alchemical experiment. Second, the events of the past few days were all part of a plan. Most of the members of our order were in on it. As for the witnesses, Master D-Luke picked up on the situation long before today's proceedings. Wow, that's quite an involved plan. Indeed, follow me. Following Albedo. And wrapping up probably soonish. Ah!
What? How are there monsters in the city?
What the? Game? They're all monsters from Dragonspine. An attack is imminent, but fear not, we've been preparing for this. We've been monitoring the resurgence of Durin's life force. Its festering nature agitated these monsters. We knew it was only a matter of time before they advanced on Mondstadt. And so, we made preparations for an inevitable... Blah, 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 blah. And so, we made preparations for an inevitable battle. I was hoping you two could join me and provide assistance in the battle to come.
Of course. Where's our first stop?
The top of the city wall. To the wall. Alright, here we go. Hey, there's Mona. What? Go, 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 go. Optional objectives. I don't know, they're all there. Oh boy. Goodbye, stamina. Oh, hey, Venti. I can put it on auto.
Hey, Venti!
Maybe.
Someone's coming.
Hi, Venti.
Help me! Please! Someone help me!
What's with the freak out? It's just us.
Ah, perfect. I can drop the act. Sorry, I thought you were regular citizens.
It's about time. I think we can proceed as planned.
I agree. Although, it's been a while since I dealt with something this big. Oh, it's gonna be pretty exhausting.
Story be fun, Louise. Don't worry, I'll treat you to a drink for your trouble.
Just what I wanted to hear.
Although the voice acting is
So,
lacking.
these two know the other's identity then?
People can make new friends when we're not here, you know.
Monsters started surging in from Dragonspine during the trial. They soon became agitated, likely in response to the core coming under pressure.
Also, welcome back,
Still,
Louise.
I never expected those monsters to have become this advanced.
The power of evolution cannot be underestimated, especially considering the fact that Durin absorbed the previous imposter.
Wait, so what about the map? And the missing bodies?
What the witnesses saw was true. I did hide those bodies. As I monitored the situation on Dragonspine, I noticed that many who ventured there came back different. Some were under the influence of Durin's power, but the less fortunate ones had already been devoured by monsters, who then assumed their appearance to infiltrate the city. Most of those who were replaced had no close relatives, so when their behavior changed, there was no one to notice. The monsters used their disguise to get close to people. I eliminated 2 who attempted to attack.
What about the remains D-Luke found? Did they belong to one of the victims?
Yes, the monsters slowly digested their victims. Sometimes they even left behind body parts to aid the transformation. All that remained of the first victim was a few strands of hair, and the second, some teeth and bone.
The only bodies Albedo destroyed were the monster's mimic forms. Then he buried whatever remained of the victims to put them to rest.
Well, someone had to do it. Besides, I managed to gather some valuable data on the putrefaction of the bodies. Putrefaction. After we defeated that doppelganger Whopperflower on Dragonspine, we promised to tell each other a story, remember? You told me the story of a gardener. I remember. I'm glad. Then, you remember what I told you about Subject 2? In his pursuit to replace Subject 1, he transformed a Whopperflower into Subject 3. So there was another imposter on Dragonspine that day. Yes, that would be Subject 2. I confronted him and buried his body on Dragonspine, so you see, at one point, there was something hidden in that hole you found. But, Durin is becoming more revitalized by the day. Under the influence of his power, the monsters dug up Subject 2's body and returned it to Durin's stomach. Durin absorbed the failed creation along with his knowledge and way of thinking. Ever since then, all creatures spawned from his power had the ability to transform their appearance. Humans who venture into Dragonspine for too long are also bound to fall under Durin's influence. But those effects don't show themselves right away, and the extent to which a person has been affected is hard to perceive.
You saw it for yourself, didn't you? All the people acting strange? Those are the same people who just tried to break into the Knights of Favonius headquarters.
It's all making sense now.
Durin's power remained dormant within them until, finally, it surged to the surface and seized control.
That was also our goal. If we could force a situation where the imposter had no choice but to unleash that power, all those under its influence would become violent, and thus, we would know who was affected.
Wait, so what do? We can't go around hurting innocent people.
That's why I'm here. It would make me look bad if I just lazed around after promising to help.
We will use the power of Animo to restrain them for now. I should give the Knights the chance to subdue them without harm. A specialized team will deal with them later. Alright, that's the long and short of the situation. It's time to activate that thing, right?
Yes. So, if there are little secrets other people shouldn't know, my identity, for example, keep it to yourself, okay?
You got it, Barbados. Venti. My bad.
Alright, this should do it.
Wind currents? Paimon's never seen this many.
There should now be wind currents across the whole city. Everyone, can you hear me? Loud and clear. All units, what's your status?
All good. We have enough manpower to provide support. Requesting assistance at the side gate. Heading over now.
Whoa! It's long-distance wind communication! How is that even possible?
It's all thanks to Lord Barbados. With this blessing, we will succeed in defending our city.
Actually, if you face away from the current and whisper like this, no one can hear you.
No wonder you're crouching down there like you have something to hide.
Barats.
You didn't have to broadcast that.
Huh? That voice. Venti? Is that you?
Oops.
Good job, Paimon.
Oh, you know, just a wandering bard calling for help. Thank goodness the Traveler, Paimon, and Albedo found me. Got me out of a tough spot.
Haha, yep, we totally did. Ah, right. Now that you're okay, we should check on the status of the other areas. Onward!
Thanks, friend. May the Animo Archon protect you.
Yeah. Thank you, Venti.
I've got things covered here.
Where are we flying to? Oh, hi, Sucrose. And? There's Kaya. I don't like being in the middle like this, especially on a bridge. Oh, look who it is! Get back! Phew, that was a close one. I suppose things are in order, Master D-Luke. I appreciate the help. No need. If I didn't intervene to save you, it was for my own convenience. You were in my way. Oh? Well, let me get out of your hair, then. I suppose we could work together, but you would just melt my ice anyway. Suit yourself. Alright, tell me, when did you notice something was off? The first trial. Ah, because of the fake Hertha? No, because of you. Me? What did I do? My defense wasn't... Defense wasn't passionate enough? No, you weren't nervous enough. Tell me then, Master D-Luke, when do you think I actually get nervous? I suppose we'll see, won't we? Monsters incoming! On second thought, best not to think about it. Hey! Place these two! Well, oh, you son of a...
Dodge this!
Ah!
Oh, so sorry.
Melt that!
Time for retribution!
Ow! Damn it.
Freeze!
Come on! Get out of here, you! Oh boy! This part was so cool. I'm enjoying this.
Verdict is...
What? Aha! You fool! Ow! I'm the fool. Never mind. Please, I'd like to switch.
Cool it. Time for retribution.
Oh, there we go. Talked to Diluc and Kaya, but I was them.
They're over there. Diluc, Kaya.
If you had time to make it out here, I'm guessing the other areas are secure?
What? We can't be here because we care?
Maybe this was just the closest spot to the city gate. Maintaining control over the main road means maintaining control over the battle as a whole. You made the right choice.
So what's the status over here?
All under control, don't worry. My trusty civilian volunteer and I have this area covered. I think you'd be the man who held the title of cavalry captain before you. We don't have to bring that up. Well, keep up the good work. We'll go check on the status of the other locations. Good luck. Oh, and I wanted to thank you for what you said in court. If I'm not mistaken, you were on my side by the end. Believe me, he's had his suspicions since the first trial. I suppose it just didn't feel right to believe that someone who helped me in the past could be a cold-blooded killer.
Aw, that's so sweet.
Aww. Thank you for trusting me and choosing to fight alongside us. As for you, Kaya, good work as always. We'll see you soon. Of course, stay safe. Who's next? Dun dun. Oh! Well. Okay. Well, game, who's gonna be? Oh! Come on, Gabe. Close to the injured knights. Okay, easy.
I'll protect us.
Yep, you still need it. Come on, guy. Heal up faster. You too. Tough man, Otto. Come on, Otto. Get up, goober.
Alright, you should be out the bed.
Thank you so much, Miss Barbara. Things are still quite chaotic outside. It's best if you all remain inside the cathedral for now.
You're not rushing back out to the front line, are you? You're still injured.
Don't worry, Miss Barbara. I'll try not to put myself in harm's way. I can help with the logistics from the back.
Well, maybe we could give you a hand.
As you said, the situation outside is chaotic. An injured party should not be left unattended. There are others here who need to get back to the front lines, so I'll escort you all myself.
Of course. Thank you, Miss Rosaria.
Just doing my job. I'll leave the cathedral to you then, Barbara.
You can count on me. I don't really know how all this started, but I do know that Jean and the others have been preparing for this for a really long time. So I think everything will be alright. No, it has to be.
Did I catch you at a bad time, Barbara?
No, not at all. Did you need something?
I just wanted to tell you that over the next few days, a lot of things are going to happen in Mondstadt. Attacks and fighting. So I need you to take care of yourself.
Huh? How do you know?
Albedo warned us in advance. It has something to do with Dragonspine, and he's our authority on that region. So we should take him at his word.
Dragonspine, huh? So the city's going to be in danger?
Ah, man, I really got to put my voice through this, don't I? Yes, but the Knights of Favonius will do whatever we can to protect the people.
But then who will protect you?
Don't worry, I'll look out for myself, I promise.
Please let them be okay out there.
Okay, she's getting my normal voice. Sister Barbara, could you lend me a hand?
Ah, of course, coming!
Meanwhile, with Mona and Jean. Never mind. Where are we going then, game? Just do the thing. Outrider Amber.
They're here! Prepare for battle!
On guard, everyone. Incoming monsters at 11 o'clock. Looks like we've got 25 helichurls, 2 blazing axe minichurls, and a bunch of different slimes. Prepare elemental countermeasures. Roger that. Or. Arr. Oh, Amber time. All right. I haven't got to do Amber stuff in a while. Oh my god.
Engaging.
Hi, Mika. Alright, where? Upwards. This waywards? Nope. Ah, that waywards. Oh! Good kill. Ah!
Providing cover.
Where the hell are you? Okay, we can kind of fun.
Let it rain.
Oh! Engaging. Oh, okay, we're just gonna talk scene. All right.
All units are now in position.
Hertha! Ah, jeez, your voice scared me just now.
What? Still caught up in the imposter incident? I thought you knew about the plan.
Well, after you up and disappeared one day, all Master Jean told me was that you'd be gone for a while on an important mission, and that it'd be better if people thought you were dead. And then, what do you know? Someone who looks exactly like you appears out of nowhere 2 days later. If Master Jean hadn't told me about your mission, I would have fallen for it hook, line, and sinker.
Yeah, that's quite a scary thought. I get chills just thinking about it. A monster replacing someone close to you, and you're none the wiser. Don't worry, once this is over, these monsters won't be a threat to us again. Albedo, are you okay? Trial wasn't too hard on you, was it? I'm sorry I couldn't be there. I'm so worried. Same here. I thought it was all real at one point. I was in complete shock. So, you didn't know Amber? Then it seems Yola did an excellent job at keeping the situation under wraps. And no need to worry, you two. I'm no worse for wear. That sounds like Yola, alright. She's an impenetrable wall, that one. You're not getting a secret out of her.
Yeah, for sure. She's someone you can really count on.
Wait, so how did you decide Hertha should disappear again? After all this fighting, I can't seem to get it straight.
It was Kaya's suggestion. He said the plan would work best with someone well-known and reputable without being too high-profile. Naturally, Miss Hertha was the perfect choice. We needed to leave a hole in our organization, so she came up with the idea that she would disappear. Ah, so that explains the rumor that someone had fallen during a mission. Of course, it didn't take long for that to get resolved. No, because the imposter fell right into our trap. It was all part of the plan. First, we spread the rumor that Hertha was missing in action after some kind of incident. The news came from Kaya and Hertha's direct subordinates, which was important because we needed it to be credible. The imposter saw the gap in our ranks and couldn't help but take the bait. It didn't take long for the fake Hertha to appear on the night's patrol route, claiming to have survived her mission.
When did that happen?
Over 6 months ago.
Damn.
Oh, so this has been a long time in the making.
No kidding.
Yes, and our enemy was more than meticulous than we expected. Monsters have been searching for Hertha's body in order to protect the imposter's identity, which is a more advanced way of thinking than Subject 2. So we had to wait long enough to convince that fake Hertha that she had our trust. Furthermore, we needed to give her time to gather evidence against me and convince herself she had enough to strike.
But how did the Knight's internal information even reach Durin and his monsters?
There's an informant among our ranks.
Don't worry, Barbados already tracked her down. She doesn't have his blessing, so she can't hear what we're talking about right now.
Honestly, this whole situation almost gave Paimon a heart attack. All those awful accusations in the first trial, and you couldn't even defend yourself!
It was to be expected. I just couldn't reveal the truth. It had to be at the right moment, or it would have given the imposter even more fuel to use against me. She would have demanded to know how I knew about Dragonspine and the monsters in disguise. And if my true identity got out, the public's trust in me would be gone. It was a trap, you see. Argue back and expose my origins, or keep my mouth shut and be seen as a murderer. Credit where credit is due. It was well thought out.
Yeah, thank goodness we were able to back her into a corner.
Mm-hmm. Indeed, and I have you to thank for all that, Zep. You probably don't know it, but you've been a part of the plan since the beginning.
Me? But I didn't even know there was a plan.
And for that, you have my sincere apologies. I know I kept you in the dark, but I had a reason. This might not sound intuitive, but I did it to make the plan even stronger. From the beginning, I knew I had to leave the letters in my office for a fair and independent reader to discover, someone willing to seek the truth. Naturally, I thought of you. I knew you would return for Windbloom. I knew you would agree to attend the trial. And I knew your sense of responsibility and justice as an honorary knight would compel you to start your own investigation. The fake Eartha, Subject 2, has met you on Dragonspine before. If she thought even you had lost faith in me, her confidence might get the best of her. The perfect time for us to strike. Albedo's right. You were part of our plan from the start. I hope you don't take offense at our decision to keep that from you. And please, don't be too hard on Albedo. He was just doing his best to look out for Mondstadt. Enough people were involved in the plan as it was. We had no other choice. The honor...
Ah, man. Voice getting worn out from having to speak in a higher register than I'm used to.
The honorary knight and Paimon will always be friends of Mondstadt. We will never forget that.
Aww, that means a lot.
In that case, It is us who should be thanking you, Honorary Knight. Not what I meant to do, but okay,
Wait,
game.
was that you just now? Let's go to the side gate to check it out.
Ooh. I want to keep going, but at the same time, I do need to call it a night here. And we may just have to go through some of this again, I guess. Yeah. I do need to call it a night. But hopefully we don't have to go through too much of it again. I mean, I think we're at a decent point in the middle where it shouldn't. Oh, well. Conveniently right here. Alrighty. Alrighty. Who we gonna raid out to? Who we gonna pester tonight? Who's doing stuff? And where are we gonna go? Where haven't we been in a while? Let's see here. Is Agony still going for a while? Yeah, it looks like Agony's still gonna be going for a good bit. I think. Looks like he's doing some stuff. So, we're gonna get that raid going. There's that raid message. As always.
Tea parties are a must for the well-mannered.
And we got
If
it
you'd like to learn
going.
the proper etiquette, I'd be happy to teach you.
Anyway, everybody, thank you all for showing up, stopping by, and tuning in. I appreciate it as always. I'll be back tomorrow with some Persona. Yeah, y'all have a good night. Have a good day tomorrow. Catch you all in a little while. See you all next time. Yeah. Take care, everyone. Bye.